We end the stream, got to give some brand new channel members this stream. Brand new month means that 10 of you, for absolutely no cost to yourself, will get your names on the Master Moldy members monolith. But let me bring up chat just so I can see what you're all saying, because I want to know what everyone's picked up for August. A few new sets coming out, 69 new Lego play sets, UCS sets, display sets, and more came out yesterday, actually. 2nd of August today, and if you did want to look at all the sets, it's the previous live stream on the channel. But what are we picking up? Or what have we picked up? Not all of us live near a Lego store. I definitely don't. And there will be a video, stay tuned tomorrow. I was out all morning having a little look for some really good Lego deals. So stay tuned for that video. It's a good one. It's a good one. I haven't finished editing it yet, but trust me, it's a good one. Yes, today, as you saw by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be upgrading the Juggernaut and the Battle Pack. I have a few specific upgrades in mind. If there's anything you'd like to see done to these sets, do, of course, as always, let me know in the live chat and in the comments if you're watching this on demand. But the Juggernaut, I've made a list. I've got a list of what I want to do to it, because there's a few good things, few bad things. I've just been notified Wally and Eve, among others, have been added to the Lego store. Just running through what is new. We've got Wally and Eve. We've got some Harry Potter brickheads. Could this be the Harry Potter drop we were expecting? Or is this just the 2 brickheads? Because it seems to be, yeah, just the 3. So Wally and Eve, I'm sure we've all seen by now. Also comes with Emo. That'll be coming out September the 1st. Excited to take a look at those at the end of the month. And then the Harry Potter brickheads are also coming out September the 1st. We have a 5-pack, which includes, it's the 4 contenders. And then what is that in the middle? So we've got Harry, Victor, Crumb, and Fleur, alongside the Hungarian Horntail Dragon. You know what? Did not recognise that in the middle. And then we have Luna Lovegood and a Thestral, which actually is quite nice, the pair of those. The Thestral's been built very, very well for a brickhead. Sticks out a little bit. I know not all collectors will be happy of that. But it does mean also, actually, that I have picked up my August sets already. And you might be a little surprised to know that I didn't pick up any of the brand new Star Wars sets. None whatsoever. Yeah, don't think I will be for the next couple of weeks. I don't know, there's a few good deals already. I think I've been fairly shocked at just how reduced, we're talking like 10 to 20% here, so like a solid deal. Just how reduced a lot of these new sets are day one. It's kind of disappointing because it does go to show how expensive the hobby is getting. If stores are able to afford to reduce them day one to get a bit more attention, I mean, they're selling well. That goes without saying it much, but yeah, it is very, very odd. I wish they were that price day one, because they're still going to have bigger sales down the line. I'm just waiting for those 30, 40, you know what, Europe 50% off. I want some of those here in the UK. But before we get into both the Battle Pack and the Juggernaut built behind me, I do want to mention, you might have seen the short on it, this little Gum from One Piece that is a Lego Make and Take, and that will be coming out today, tomorrow for the UK, and I think most other places do it Monday, Tuesday. And I don't know why that is. I feel like the weekend's the better spot for, you know, children's families especially to get these Make and Takes. But I've 3D printed this one. So it is a squishy Gum fruit. I haven't watched One Piece yet. Still, I'm getting around to it. It's on the list. I'm sure I'll watch it eventually, but I wish Lego come out with some like squishy plastic bricks, some more squishy plastic bricks. They own a few of them. Most of them are hair pieces for Twi'leks and the like, but I think a squishy Gum, it's a stress ball, isn't it? And a really nice one at that. You'll also notice just above it the One Piece poster, which is out today in certain stores worldwide, which is quite nice actually. So I decided to hang it up for the stream, but I'm also realizing I should probably get the instructions up that we're going to be using today. So yes, today we're improving the Juggernaut and the Battle Pack. As what we're doing to the Battle Pack, I thought we'd actually do something a bit I guess less of an upgrade, more of a personal choice, rather than having the 327th, as I don't yet own a ton of 327th minifigures, and they're also very, very expensive, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be owning them any too soon. I'm not in a rush, I'll be honest, I'm not in a rush to pick up a ton of these sets. £30 day one isn't too bad because it retails for 35, but we're going to go through, check that I've built this correctly, because both of these models were built without instructions, purely by looking at the box art. So I'm going to have a little look, make sure I built this correctly. I've already gone over the droid, because that is instruction book 1 of the battle pack. This little guy here, and with the exception of, I think originally there was one 2x4 round black plate underneath, and that's what we went with. And then I switched it up. Oh, we're missing an eye. Can't have that. Switched it up to a 2x2 round brick because I thought it was a bit thicker. I should have gone with a middle. I should have gone with 2 plates instead, because that's the only thing that I'll need to change about this. But to get it to stand up quite nicely, which is why I've gone with this camera angle, by the way, saves flipping between the two. There you go. To get it to stand up, what I think is quite nice, only the turret would hold, I would recommend swapping out those 2 plates, maybe even just getting a 3rd plate in there if you've got it. Swap it out for a 2x2 round black brick, maybe even another trans clear one to make it look like the legs are fully supporting themselves, and that will look good. Also, if you do want to build the side build that wasn't included in the battle pack, check it out. There's a video on the channel, and also my most recent video from yesterday goes over all the brand new items in the store, which will be here throughout the stream. But just to go over them again before we start, we've got the dual molded leg effects for our Kenobi and Asajj with lightsaber clips for all of the lightsaber wielders. We've got some Karmas here printed for our clone troopers, which again would have been nice with dual molded legs. We didn't get dual molded legs, we had to go with the Karmas. And also a Nala Se minifigure to go alongside Tarn Wei and Lama Su, who we have now both got in Lego. Honestly, Nala Se should have come in the Justifier. That would have justified the price a bit better. Maybe having, I guess, Omega's important, Nala Se, Cad Bane, and Fennec. And then they could have included a Hunter if they really wanted to on top. For as expensive as that set is, 5 minifigures is definitely needed. It's what we got in the Juggernaut, and it wasn't too different in price, was it? We'll also be taking a look at the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is the one I'm more interested to get into because we have this bag of spare parts. When I built it using only the box art, these are all the parts that weren't used. So yeah, hopefully we can put these to use. Hopefully I can find where these go, and it will be a bit more straightforward than trying to. A few of these are just like the 1x1 tiles, the little hinge plates that go on the hinge bricks. I think they're just a bit of greebling hidden on the inside. But we're going to start off here with our Battle Pack Walker, and it looks good, but I'm not entirely sure what even parts were used here. So I'm sure there's going to be a few little swish ups, and the big upgrade that we're making to this one is I'm going to be making it blue for the 501st. Can't remember if I said that. So that's going to be, it's going to be nice, because I do think it could have worked as the 2020 battle pack, but the problem that a load of people are having, honestly myself included, otherwise I'd have picked them up today, is just the fact of the price, how much it costs. It's not bad, because we know it's going to be on a pretty heavy discount towards the end of its life. We're seeing that with the battle pack that came out last January, aren't we? Selling for like £16 at the minute, which isn't bad at all. And I won't be bringing up the instructions on screen. Probably could do if anyone does want to have a look through, because we're going to be scrolling through quite a bit. I think it will be quite confusing to have those rolling past. This is for the front, is it not? And we've only got the one brick. I think this is for the front, but why have they gone with the brick in the back and not the brick in the front? Oh no, they have gone with the brick in the front. Oh wow. So each of the legs, by the way, check that out. It can stand on one leg. That's pretty impressive. Have it hopping along. Actually, that is really impressive. I don't think any ATRT, because of how big the torsos have been, has been able to do that. That's pretty nice. So we're looking at this first. It's the first chunk of the ATRT that we build. And I have to say, I think it's spot on. There's a little 1x1. Okay, we're missing a 1x1. Let me grab that now. There's a yellow 1x1 just underneath the leg here, filling in that gap, which I think we left that gap because it doesn't stand up straight. Does the ATRT not stand up straight? This is why I want to get to actually building it the way the instructions tell us, because otherwise I've just built it the way that works for me. This is a master moldy mock here, and there's no way of knowing how good or bad the Lego set is. So this is to give you my genuine opinion on the Lego set. But by filling out, it is a 1x1 plate. I confirm that, and yes, it was a 1x2 rounded off plate. Doesn't make much a difference with the regular one. I changed that out. I knew it was going to be that because we used it somewhere else. Where did we? Oh, we used it in the middle. I think we saw it in the middle. So there was a 1x2 round plate, and we switched it out because I actually do have a load of these 1x2 round plates, but I use them a lot. Very handy. Hello there, 2 Clone Bricks. Welcome. Yeah, I use the 1x2 round plates quite a bit. I think the stap speeders we were building at the time used them a lot. But if I connect this leg now, this is the furthest it goes. It no longer goes straight. So my first modification to you, if you have picked up the new Clone Walker Battle Pack, is to remove that 1x1 plate, because then rather than having legs that only go, you know, yay far, you can get an extra click out of them without ruining any of the stability of the model. And that allows for a bit better balance. I found displaying mine with the big brick straight and then the 2x1 at that angle, that 45-degree angle, just looked the best. It held up the best, most structurally support because you've got both the feet underneath the torsos, but also, yeah, also looks the best and does remind me of some of the older battle packs. Here we go. Is the 2008 one, which funnily enough does have that angle. Look, the leg isn't straight down. If we put the leg straight down and try to support it like that, it would just go too far forward. But I also feel like these legs are a lot further forward. Yeah, they're coming from like the middle of the torso there. Whereas even though this is still coming from the middle of the torso, it's built out backwards. Interesting choice, but we'll put both of these on just so we can see how the whole model works together. Let's, oh, we also don't have enough, because of the ingot, we don't have enough space to clip that one forward without it technically being an illegal technique. So Lego really don't allow a lot of it. Is this even going to stand up on its own? Oh, could you imagine if I assume enough people have reviewed this set now to know that it does indeed work the way Lego designed. But could you imagine if it, like if I was to shake the desk, yeah, it's not as structurally sound as most of the other ones. How odd's that? Look how far back the legs. Is there no way, I guess, illegal technique, again, technically illegal because you're not letting it complete a full motion. There is that extra tiny little bit. Literally microns we are pushing this. I don't even think it's like 0.5 millimeter, tiny little bit. But even then, it does look like it's out a bit, like just to show you compared to the old sets. This is 2008 and it rocks, but it always balances back on. As soon as this starts rocking, it falls forward. I can't help but think that's a design flaw with the Walker. There's no way of bending them any further forward. That's the furthest forward you can get your leg. So if you want it to be posed, you're gonna have to move this one back. Is this me? Is this me? Oh, careful with that. Is this me or is this just not a great idea? Let's keep going through the instructions and maybe I'll change my mind. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that modification. Also, we should probably be switching up the colors to blue here. There's a few on the inside, especially like those brackets. So if I can get it to stand again, I have no idea what's happening. All right, You stand up there. That just can't be right. I've got the official instructions up online as well, so maybe they'll fix it and get rid of that. But yeah, limiting it, that's the furthest the legs go forward. The legs can't bend any further forward. You can get the feet up to that angle. Maybe, no. Maybe they've got it looking back. It's either that or that. And even that doesn't look too right. Anyway, let me get some brackets so we can modify what we're working with here. So as we go through, I should have enough of these blue brackets, or at least have grey black brackets to replace them, because of that 501st Battle Pack that we picked up so many of. So I'm going to do, to start off, just one side, just so I'm not sat here the whole time colour changing these. And we are going to need at least a few more. Let's have a little look what we need for the legs first. Just blue brackets, the dishes, and a 1x1. Right, they're fairly easy to collect. And also, whilst I remember, I had a few games of Fortnite just before this stream that I'm still trying to find the time to play here and there. And there's a special event going on later on. So anyone that's interested, stick around for that. I won't be streaming it, but I will definitely be playing it. So you might end up seeing me in-game, which will be quite fun. Don't really know what it is, because I've not been following along this season whatsoever. I genuinely have no idea what the storyline of this season is. After the Star Wars one, there wasn't really any storyline to it. So I don't even know if there is a storyline to this one. All right, I'm going to swap out yellow brackets for grey, just because of how much blue we're using on the side here. Yellow they get away with. It's quite a tame colour, I guess. Oh, and I guess we also need the 1x1s in blue. Oh, you know what? Forget about the 1x1s. Bless you.
Thank you.
So on the side, said about this when we were building this without any of the pieces, they do have the yellow 2x2 dish elements. Plates? Are they plates? Are they tiles? I honestly really don't know what they are. But the dish elements we didn't use originally. Oh look, it doesn't even stand up on one leg. No, I'm gonna have to say that's a mistake from Lego there. They don't make many mistakes, but when they do, it can ruin something as simple as that 1x1 element. It's gonna be the bane of this video. That kind of does ruin the set, because you can't stand it up, and if you can't stand it up, you can't really play with it. And which way did this go around? All right, make sure we're putting it back together how we found it. How odd that 1x1 element does all of that to the set. So we won't be putting it back. I know I've been to and fro about that. I've decided, I've put my foot down now. It doesn't belong on the ATRT. And also this right here is, oh, I found the name of it. Let me see if I can get it up, because I searched for it this morning. This walker here is an ATRCT. There you go. This Clone Walker Battle Pack, the 2-seater one, is an ACRCT, which you can take the new set and modify it to be. Really, the biggest difference is a little bit of the size, but mainly the 2 seats. Fairly straightforward modification, that. Where's the blue? There you go. I don't even know if I own... Oh, I do. 1x3s in blue. Thankfully. And then with all the other sets, I am looking at, even though I didn't pick up any of the August sets, parting out quite a few of them, if not all of them, at some point this month. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe the MTT. I'll have to order that through lego.com, and it's going to be pretty pricey. Even then, I don't see what that 1x1, unless they remove this 1x1 tile. If they remove this 1x1 tile, yeah, then it can go down. But there's a 1x1 tile in the photos. So we go on to building the torso. Okay. So let's focus on the top half of this leg, and then we can move on. Have to pull the whole thing apart just to get there. Oh. I have a pile of... Let's put all of these away as we go, just so I'm not stacking them up. Hello there, Max to Go. Yes, I am streaming on Shorts and... well, and YouTube, I guess. The main YouTube, you know what I mean. Dependent on which device you're watching it on. Which gets a little confusing with the two streams up. But as long as you can both see what I'm doing, don't see no problem. Right, the yellow bracket, we're also switching out for a blue one. A nice blue bracket with a blue dish on, and there you go. Fairly straightforward modification. For the leg, I am definitely going to be removing this 1x1 plate. We do not want any 1x1 plates here, because that allows the leg with the tile to have that full, what, 90 degrees of rotation, whereas Lego shorten it to 1, 2, 3, not 90, just less than 90. So we want our AT-RT to be standing up prim and proper. And also, it means it can stand up on one. It did mean it could stand up on one leg. Does it only stand up on the left leg? Oh no, there we go. It does stand up on one leg. Stands up on the right leg there. Maybe I was moving it too fast. I've got to let it settle before I let go. Or is the desk at an angle? Oh, the desk's at an angle. So it stands up that way, but it doesn't stand up that way. All right, let's try this with the Lego one. Let's give it a fair test. That's the furthest in, actually. That's the furthest in that my leg goes. And you can see Lego sticks out just a bit. So it shouldn't stand up that way, but it should stand up this way. No, Lego's leg does not stand up either way, which is a shame, because the battle pack, I don't think, is that bad a set. I think one of the biggest problems anyone has is just the fact that it costs so much, and then Lego go in and add that one little 1x1 plate, which is worthless in terms of what the set's value is. Completely worthless, this little piece down here. And I don't even think we used it anywhere else in the entire build. I'll keep an eye out for that just in case we do. But it then makes the whole thing unstable. Crazy. Guess who got the Millennium Falcon poly bag? Oh, nice. How did you get it? Was it free, or did you have to pick up so many sets? Because I've also seen a few people complaining in America about the 2-in-1 set that's technically a 3-in-1 set, has the wrong minifigures on the box. Either way, the set that comes with the MTT and the battle pack, actually, with the Falcon poly bag. And it says on it, I can't remember what minifigures it says, but it doesn't include like most of the droids and that. Fair enough. Either way, a lot of people have been saying it costs more than the set separately, which even with the Millennium Falcon poly bag, I think it's only worth a couple of dollars. I know it's $3.50 here in the UK. And I'm pretty sure it's not worth as much as the jump in the 2-in-1, which is odd to see. Normally they're to save a bit of money, aren't they? Maybe they ain't been selling too well. So, maybe it's down to the store. Maybe the store thinks, oh, limited edition, sell them a bit higher. Just in your local Walmart. I wonder if that was left over. Nah, it can't have been left over from May. Just out all alone. Nice. Not half bad then. All right, here's the other leg, and already I'm being transported back into, what, 2020 with these legs. I will say the AT-RT from 2020 wasn't this good. I think we had two of the bigger bricks. I quite like the smaller stature of this. Oh, we forgot the yellow plate on the back of the legs there. So let's fix that up. But that's not bad with the poly bags. I've seen a few of the newer poly bags. I think we get them all in January, honestly. I think all the poly bags for that year come out in January. but I've seen a few of the Christmas ones. I'm sure the train will come back around. We've got a new Santa Claus polybag coming out for Christmas. And I'm wondering if Lego will go ahead and give us another set, because I think last year's was a train set, or quite a sizable creator build that they were giving away. Same for Halloween as well. There'll probably be a Halloween set given away. Not half bad, that. And also, whilst I'm talking about the 501st AT-RT here, I do have the stickers from the 2020 Battle Pack. I have so many of the stickers from the 2020 Battle Pack, so I'll be able to apply the older stickers to this, and then hopefully get it looking really, really, well, basically as close to the 2020 Battle Pack as I can have it. That is the aim, as long as we built it correctly. There were maybe 20 other Falcons, but they were in their own spot. Oh, so you couldn't leave the Falcon alone, could ya? Yeah, had to pick it up. Here's another 1x2 round in here, and that's for the back. I think we pretty much built this as it's going to say. I am intrigued about the slope. Oh, there's something we missed out. Just out the back here, just out here, there is a 1x2 bracket that we've left completely alone. Now, Lego have a little towel to this machine, which is put together with, you know, a handful, what's that, 4 elements? 4 elements, one of which are the corner tiles here, which we're going to need to keep out for the blue ones to replace the yellow on the side. But another example here of Lego not really, I'd say not being part efficient. I like getting a load of new elements in the builds, but they've used the yellow corner slopes here. These are grey ones, light bluish grey at that. And then we've also got the double-sided snot brick. It's going to be a hard one to find first time. Take that straight back. And a dark tan jumper. All right, these are light tan jumpers on the leg. Again, you can't really see it, but these are dark tan jumpers on the legs. No, sorry, light bluish grey. They aren't dark tan jumpers. So another colour swap just for, I think the sun's still creeping in. Just for this little towel here. There we go. So let's get the tan jumper. There we are. And put this little towel together. Can't believe we missed this out. No images showing the bottom, I guess. And this isn't too dissimilar. I think there's another, no, One Piece. It's one of the One Piece sets that comes with, let's get the, oh, you know what, brightness ain't too bad. One of the One Piece sets comes with a little character that uses this as a body. Just a double-sided snot brick and then a double-sided snot brick jumper. And I think there's some arms as well. Some specialty arms. I'm trying to get the focus back now. Let's see if it focuses on this. I think that's in focus. All right, you're gonna have to let me know, but I think that's in focus. Anyway, we got the 2 tan, the 2 grey. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be confusing tan and grey all day. Hello there, got some new shelves, Kebab Wizard. Ooh, more room for Lego. Got August release as well. Perfect timing, eh? Hello there, Kenneth. Good morning from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you very much. Thank you. Any new sets? Any new sets for those shelves? Or anyone else? Have I got the new Juggernaut? The full screen's way better. Yes, I do prefer a full screen. But I will say, a lot of the time if I'm working, I tell you what, a lot of the time if I'm browsing Lego, because some of the websites take up like the entire screen, I do prefer having the vertical on the side if it takes up less space. But I guess when it's full screen, yeah, definitely agree the horizontal's better. Have I got the new Juggernaut? I've built it, but I don't have the set. So I don't have any of the minifigures from it yet. But I'm definitely looking at picking it up at some point. I will say, the only way I wouldn't pick up that set, which I didn't think was a possibility. Honestly, I've sort of accepted the fact that I'm definitely picking it up at some point. But the only way I wouldn't pick up that set is if they come out with a Nova Core Battle Pack. Because I'm really not fussed on getting the new Chiedi-Mundi. I've got the old one laying around somewhere. I remember pushing them out the way before starting the stream. But The Nova Corps Troopers, yeah, but what the price is of that set, £160. £160. Imagine how many battle packs, even the £35 battle packs like this. That is £140 here in the UK, so that's 4 battle packs. And that's 16 clone troopers. Oh, could you imagine? 16 Nova Corps battle pack. I'd love it. There we go. We got the little tail on the ATRT. Sitting there watching your favourite YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Before you leave for work at 10:30. Mad. We had a little look when we went to London. I don't know if you've seen the video of the Big Ben. And so 8-hour shifts. It would take just under a year to build the Big Ben. 8 hours a day. And we worked it out. It wasn't too bad. 2 bricks a minute, which doesn't sound like a lot, especially if you build the odd mock at home. You can build them pretty quick. But 2 bricks a minute when you're designing this really big building. I wonder if they included the hours spent designing it and, you know, trying to work it out. Oh, there we go. We have been fooled. This isn't grey. These are tan legs. Ah, tan and dark grey. All right, let's fix that up then. So far, the only modification we've made to this ATRT is removing the 1x1 plates underneath each side of the leg, because then you can have the legs fold right round. Look at that, 90 degrees. It can support itself. It can be pushed about every which way, and for the most part still stand up as it is. I don't know, some of those hits it might not be able to stand, but most of them it will. Got the new Slave one today. Nice, Boy Studio. Really nice. It's just that Boba Fett figure is weird looking. I do think when it comes to a playset, you know, it's a bit... I excuse Lego for the Kenobi that they released in around 2020 in the Grievous Starfighter and the Anakin in the Eater as well. Because when it comes to Lego, I think sometimes having a character that pairs better with the movie it's from. So we're talking Revenge of the Sith, the burnt robes, kind of makes sense because if they weren't burnt, people would assume Attack of the Clones. I think that works for Boba here in the sense of Boba should have had at least like Han Solo's hair in black, if not in the accurate brown. I think having Boba Fett look like Boba Fett was more important than, oh, it's raining, let's give him wet hair. Because then, you know, any hairpiece works for Han and Luke, especially Han out of carbonite, Luke on the skiff. There's makeup artists around when Star Wars is being filmed to make sure the hair looks as nice as possible. But Alec Guinness's hair is all over the place in A New Hope. It really is. I mean, it's blowing this way, then it's folding that way. And still they decide on one hairpiece for Kenobi, which I think the Tarkin hairpiece works well for Kenobi. But yeah, Boba's a little weird looking. Do I think Lego will ever make a battle pack with just figures with extra detail instead of adding a little build? I would like to see it. I think we've got more chance of Lego making a CMF for, you know, clone troopers and the like, of army builders. But I think what they should do for a CMF is get rid of the QR code, because that kind of takes the fun out of CMF building. I was having a little look. Lego have just announced the Spider-Verse builds, for instance, and the Spider-Verse CMF, which is from the animated movie, and I would like to pick some of them up, and I would like that to be completely random because I'm not fussed on getting the whole series. But I just feel like if I pick any up, I'm gonna have to scan the QR code and see which ones I've got, which kind of takes the fun out of picking up a random CMF. Same with the race cars, same with really any of them. I just have to know which one I'm getting, and maybe that's a me thing. I know I could just not scan them, you know, just pick it up, put it in the basket, don't worry about it. But I've got the app there. Maybe I should delete the app, turn off mobile data so I can't reinstall the app, and then I've got nothing to worry about. But I just know, because I can scan it, I have to know which one I'm getting. Maybe there's a few that I don't actually want as much, and that does kind of deter me away. Very odd, I know, but that's why I haven't been picking up as many CMFs, because we went through quite a stage of CMFs here where I was picking up pretty much the full series, and don't get me wrong, if January's normal CMF is still good, then I'll probably pick up most of them. Definitely the costumes. I'm a big fan of costumes, dinosaurs. I think we haven't picked up the recent costumes, like the hamster and that, but usually they find their way on the build a minifigure. How comes I never have instructions when building? It's one of two things. When we were building this originally, I built it off the box art. So I just had the one image, or like the 5 images on the back of the box, the 2 images front and back of the box on the screen, and I just build off that. I'm also, when I'm building a mock or when I'm minifigure scaling something, I don't use instructions. It's going with the flow, I guess. And then like with now, I've got the instructions on the screen just so I can scroll right through, because it's a little quicker. Not much, but it is a little quicker than flicking through the pages, and clears up the desk as well. I do actually have a set of instructions just here. This is the Falcon instructions, which I am breaking down. I am, ooh, that's going to go down well, isn't it? I am ripping up the instructions, but it's for a good cause. It's not. Actually, it is the reason I'm ripping up the instructions is because, let's see if I can find any of the new ones. Here we go. It's for these, look. So anyone that orders one of these new Juggernaut cloner minifigures that I've got on my site now, link in the description if you are interested, will get it packaged in official Lego instruction wrapping paper, which I think is pretty cool. I'm trying to cut back on my plastics use on it. Honestly, for the store, I've spent so much on Ziploc bags that I personally use to store my Lego. So I know they go into a good cause if you are picking them up, but I do spend so much on plastic bags. I'm trying to cut back on the plastic, so I've started using instructions now to pack your orders. So hopefully it's just as well. It means I can also pack it a bit better than just using the regular. I think for the rest of this, we pretty much had the same idea as Lego when building this, even for the front bit here. It's a good question. Have I seen Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus sets? Yes, they look really good. I really like the Hocus Pocus one because it's the whole cottage. And Nightmare Before Christmas was done well. The way they did it with the 3 different builds, didn't they? And then they put them together. I'm missing a 1x2 clear tile on there. But yeah, the Nightmare Before Christmas, I feel like is more of a display than a set. There's display sets and then there's just full displays. It's like 3 different buildings. It does look good. Let's see if I can find... Can't remember where my translucent is. Here's the yellow. No, alright, we'll go with a 1x2. There we go. If in doubt, use a plate. So I can get to it. And it still does the same job, doesn't it? I think that's to hold this top bit back as well. Yes, there we go. Now it's not wobbling. It keeps it nice and secure. I should be swapping these out for blue, actually. But things off, so... Oh, yeah, so you can collect the instructions. That's fair. A lot of people do collect the instructions. You've got the QRs on the instructions as well for the 20 points back, which are kind of important. Fan of both movies, and both are pricey. That's the only thing with the Icons range, which I think they're both a part of. It's a case of both of them are expensive, so which one do you go for? Actually, we can start applying the stickers, can't we? Let's see if I can find all the pieces we need from first. A lot of my parts that I don't have a lot of, rather than storing them up behind me, are stored in these little Ziploc bags. Like we've got all the candelabras and gold bits in there, and there should be a bag full of clips, one full of slopes for the 501st ATRT. Hello there, Ninjago Wolfpack. Is that a Ninjago Wolfpack, or isn't that Ninjago and Star Wars Wolfpack? Out of curiosity. Yes, Alfie, finally August has arrived. I tell you what, it's August 2nd already, and it's like midway through the day. I'm surprised how fast August is going. I know it's only the 2nd, but it does feel like it's going really fast compared to how long waiting for August took. Especially K2SO. We knew about K2SO back in March. April, May, June, July, August. 5 months we waited for that set. 5 months. And then I end up, when I went to the Lego store, I was so hoping that I'd be the 1st of August. Just missed out. Just missed out. So I have to get back up London soon. See if we can go to one of the other stores. True. That's like September though, isn't it? So we'll be up there for the, what have we got? Have we got anything this month?
Yeah.
Oh.
On the 21st.
Completely forgot about that. We'll have to see about getting into a store quicker then.
And it's a late event, so we've got the whole day.
Oh yeah, Lego store. Lego stores open till like 10 o'clock, don't they? Well, the London ones do. I don't know about all of them. But that's impressive. Always open. Thank you for subscribing, Ninjago Wolfpack. Get paid next week. Oh no. Have to wait a week. How will I be upgrading the Juggernaut? So I've got a few things planned. First off, I do think, right, this isn't going to be covered in the stream. I've already been working on the minifigures, so I might make separate videos on upgrading the minifigures. I think the Nova Core should come in a separate set, and I think I have a better hand of minifigures for the Juggernaut. But in this stream, we're going to be making sure we've first off built it the way Lego have, because again, this Juggernaut that sits on the shelf behind me is built off the box art. I built it myself, and these are the pieces that Lego use and I haven't. So we're going to be fixing that up, and then, yeah, adding a few different features that I think will look good, and basically doing what Lego haven't. Really, the sky's the limit. If there's anything you want to see, let me know, and we'll try and work it in. A full week waiting for Lego sets. Oh, after all this time waiting, a little bit more is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be worth it. It is. Let's have a look if they're in the other drawer. I haven't built the 501st. Well, actually, I don't think I've built an ATRT for quite some time, but the 501st ones especially, I built like the first set I picked up, and then picked up another 5 of them, and I don't think I ever put them together. So the pieces are definitely around here somewhere. Just a matter of finding them. I'm also wondering, right, I know why Lego have used these triangular pieces here, but I'm wondering if maybe switching it out to a flat one, just like this. Oh no, because of how it's, all right, I was wondering if that would look any better. It doesn't. I take that back. I will actually be taking that back so I can put that away. But yeah, the squared off clip does not look good at all. Will I be playing the Fortnite event today? I will be. I probably won't be streaming it. Should I stream it? I could do. I could do. Oh yeah. You speak for the people. The people want it streamed. Yeah, I could stream it. If enough people want to see it, I'll go live. Like just for the event. But I think I'm 50 something. I leveled up today. And with a downer. A downer? What's a downer?
I typed too quickly.
Anyone else just eating pineapple and watching their favourite YouTuber? Thank you, Max. Eating a new pink digestives. Ooh, I want to try the new pink digestives. They're raspberry, aren't they? And the donuts. No, you got donuts on my mind. The hot Jaffa cakes. The Jaffa cakes. Oh, thank you very much. I got my own donut right here. And it's pink. It's a pink donut. What are the odds? That's nice. Right, I might stream it then. I might stream the event later. That could be quite fun because I really don't know what to expect. So that'll be a fun experience. Has anyone been following the timeline so far for the last like month? And well, it's been going on what? June to July, July to August, 2 months. 2 months this storyline's been building. And I only just today found the Fortress of Solitude. I'd been near the Fortress of Solitude. I just thought it was a new icy little bit. And I've also noticed, I crashed into the head of Tomato Head, the Tomato Head character from T-Town. I crashed into him this morning, so I guess they're bringing back a few new bits, are they? Didn't look exactly like I remember, but it reminded me of when the maps were crossing over. I think it was for not Rebirth, it was for Reload. No, I think that's Rebirth. It was for the little map. And then we started getting all these places popping up in real life for advertising. Really, really good, really well done. But yeah, I wonder if we're going to have a similar event like that happen. I actually don't know where these could... Maybe they're in a drawer. I never thought of that. Maybe too many for a bag. Wouldn't watch because you'll play it. Fair enough. Yeah, the Fortnite story, I think they gave up in May with the Star Wars collab. Honestly, I don't think there's much of a Fortnite story anymore. They left that behind. Well, there was a little one with Star Wars. It was like, oh, Vader's here, Phasma's there, and that was the story. This is my sticker book, by the way. And when I say sticker book, I mean... There's some of my stickers. These are all stickers that I've pulled off sets. Actually, these are all stickers that I've pulled off sets. There we go. There's some more. Oh, make sure I don't drop them. Here's the 501st ones, actually. Oh, look at that. On the first page. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 501st stickers here. Yeah, 5 of them. The hardest part is going to be this one at the top. The 501st have a 2x3 rather than that, so I don't know how that's going to work. They also have a sticker up the side rather than these pieces here, so I'm going to try and repurpose as many of these as I can. Maybe instead, maybe instead what we could do is have a jumper there with an ingot in the middle, just on the front here to get the line playing up. Been playing since the release. You're getting too old for this. Yeah, Fortnite is taking some really funny directions. Actually, if I can find those blue elements now, we can start putting the stickers on it and trying to get the rest of the sets. I think I need some of these. I don't even think these were on the original AT-RT because I only have one set of these. I'm just hoping they're not the same direction. Lego likes to do that a lot. Perfect. One of each. I enjoy Fortnite because it's that sort of game that you can pick up a controller anytime, jump straight into, and, you know, not fall behind. Not fall too far behind with the updates. We get little bits like Superman in there at the minute, which are very promotional, but a lot of the time, I mean, this season, I haven't found anything that beats that special, I think it's an AR. Can't remember what ones it's called, but even like up close, shotgun versus this AR. The AR is going to win. From a distance, Superman's laser or the AR is going to win. That and the Beast. The Beast mode's pretty fun. I'm a fan of that. But yeah, there's always one weapon that's a bit too overpowered. I think the AR is it this season, or it might just be that's the gun that I've gravitated to, honestly. Maybe the AR isn't too good. Oh look, there's the blue. Where? Oh, here they are. No, it wasn't dark blue, was it? In the 501st Battle Pack? I only actually have one of these blue ones that's fixed. That one, completely snapped. There's no clips on that. Well, half clips on it, but that's no good. That's why we always have a little bit of blue tech to hand. We'll be using that for sure. You need the Ewok. Oh, the Ewok's good. I saw the plush, the Ewok plush, and I can't believe the Ewok plush actually looks like good value up against the Lego build. The Lego build's like 90 plus quid, which is worth it for the Ewok. Totally worth it. And then the plush is like 30, 35? Is it the same as a battle pack? Or is it 25? I think the Ewok plush, oh, I could probably get it up. I don't know if they sell it online. The Ewok plush was 25, 30, oh, 33. There you go. And the buildable one's 110. Oh, a little more than I thought. £33 full price, so yeah, you probably see it £25 here and there. And then, boop, off you go. This one does have a clip. So we're going to clip that side. Oh no, the top clip's gone. Happy that Lego are continuously working on these clip elements, because I still don't think they've mastered the clip. Not yet. And then to stick this, because the clips have broken, I never throw away a Lego element when it does bend or break, because it can always be useful for some sort of burnt village. But a little bit of blue tack in each of these clips, and rather than clipping it on, all we're doing is pressing it in and sticking it. Look at that. There you go. Good as used. The yellow and blue combo is quite good. That's... I don't think there's a Legion that's yellow and blue. Hello there, Master Nathan. You've been playing Fortnite since you were 9. 9 years ago. Yeah, Fortnite's been around for a while. I always think back to the big C, you know, lockdown, everyone inside. Fortnite got like a second boost then, but it was already big beforehand for years and years. Goes back older than the first battle pack does, the original one. Right, all these other little details. Now maybe we should have done the details before we blue tacked down the sides. At least we didn't sticker them yet. Right, and then the awkward corners on the bottom. Thankfully I didn't use too many yellow pieces on the inside. There's just that one 2x6 that runs the entire way through. That means I'm going to have to remove these sides. Oh no. Is there another way I can do it? Oh, maybe I can pop off this front bit. Aha! Saved by the Lego. Lovely. Should you make decals for your own clone Legion? Oh yes, go for it. Go for it. I've been I'm working on a few future minifigures. I don't know how many of these I'll actually sell, because some of these are quite hard to make in quite high amounts, which is what I choose. You know, this Kaminoan here was fairly easy because it only needed the torso printing, whereas I'm working on a minifigure that has torso, leg, arm, a custom headpiece, you know, the full shebang. And it's really good when you come to the end of it and you're finally piecing the minifigure together, because I go through so many different custom minifigures actually that I tried to piece together, and not all of them make it to the final stage. There's so many minifigures and mocks and different builds that are still out there waiting for it. But oh, I should instead of you should. I think you should give it a go as well. But yes, I've got technically my own clone Legion. Where did I put my special clone? I know it's out on the desk somewhere, but I've got Lucas. I got so many minifigures I need to sort through. It might be in this pile. Yes, look at this. So this is the only custom clone trooper I've made. Normally I outsource them to other people and I buy them, but I've got a gingerbread clone trooper. So I mean, technically that could be my Legion, gingerbread. Definitely around Christmas I'm going to be making a few more of those. I'd love to actually whack those in the shop, because I think a gingerbread battle pack actually would be quite a fun little build. Like,
Just say, I think your focus is a bit...
Is the focus out as well?
It's just weird.
It's weird. Oh! Focus on the desk now. It's like the Dark Falcon all over again, or is it the Gum Gum Fruit? When we were building the Dark Falcon, anytime I put it on the desk, my focus would just go completely. How's it looking? Yeah. And what is this? A 1x2? Lovely, we're back. Any of you that were in that Dark Falcon stream, oh, didn't we fight with it? The poor, I'd say poor Dark Falcon, it's scheduled to be broken down. So hopefully we can get a few mocks built with it sometime. Right. I feel like there might be another bracket here. Instead of the 1x2, maybe an opposing bracket. Oh no, because then that would go against the hinge brick. Ah, good point. I see. See, may the bricks be with you, Alfie. Enjoy your battle pass. Yes. So with a battle pass, I'm like level 50 something. I think you have to be level 91 to get your V-Bucks back, which, you know, you break even, you get the money out you put into it, sort of thinking. Well, you can spend that elsewhere. And I could ride that sticker, couldn't I? Might have to try that. And yeah, I'm 50 something at the minute, but when I played last time, I only got one game in and I leveled up 16 times in the game because I had all my weeklies to do. I've only played it 4 sittings including today. The first 2 were just solo games and I leveled up like 16 times each. The third sitting, I'd done all my weeklies, so it took so long to level up. And then today, I think the first game I played was 5 levels. Finished, you know, decently, finished like 50th or something like that, and then got 2 top 5 finishes and leveled up like once each time. Just because you really don't earn much XP for doing well in the game. It's always the quests and everything else you got to do, or side missions within each round that get you the real XP. Well, yeah, I didn't notice that. The ferry fell over. There we go. The gum. The squishy gum. Which will never not be satisfying. Which way were the sides? They were pointing backwards. Thank you. Instructions. There we go. Nice and blue. And then we don't need too many pieces, I don't think. I think there's another 1x2 rounded piece. Let's just go back, double check on that. I'm not building this in order. 1x2 round element. Yeah, just back here. You know what? Was it blue? No, blue under. Ah. So I don't think I own any of these over brackets in blue. Either that or I've used them all. If there were some in the 501st battle pack, I've probably gone through them all. Let's get dark grey. That'll match the colour. And then once we've built this, I think we go straight on into improving the Juggernaut. Big thing I want to tackle is the stability of the back 2 columns. The 2 columns that aren't being held up with Technic, and trying to get some doors on the back, because that is quite a big problem in terms of, you know, there's not much else to improve with a Juggernaut. A few hatches and doors here and there. But that aside, there's not too much to be doing. I do think the big thing with the Juggernaut is the figures in terms of, are we getting more Nova Corps? Are we getting some Nova Corps battle pack down the line? What's it going to look like? Is it going to have the tank from Revenge of the Sith? Because there's been a few articles and questionnaires out from the LEGO designers, a few interviews, I guess, about them saying how it's not too popular for $160, 140 pounds set. So, a battle pack, which is exactly what they did with the Swamp Speeder that LEGO had previously made, found out it wasn't too popular of a build. They then whacked it in a battle pack with the 332nd Troopers, and I do think a battle pack would be the perfect size to get one of those tanks. It provides enough detail. Microfighters, almost impossible to get that much detail in, and also allows us to get some more Nova Corps, which I am so excited that there's a chance. There is a slim chance, but there's a chance that we can get some more Nova Corps troops in a battle pack in the future, because like I said, that's what's really making me hold out on picking up the Juggernaut. If LEGO were to come out and say no chance of a Nova Corps battle pack at all, like they just straight up refuse to do one, then I'd be interested in the Juggernaut again. But that aside, the MTT is a great build. I do want to pick that up at some point. Same as the slave one for the Kaminoan. Maybe I'll look at getting the Kaminoan. Does anyone know how much the Kaminoan goes for right now? Have a little look. What do we think? It's only day 2 of the set coming out. Oh yeah, it's not called the slave one, is it? It's Django Starfighter. Still comes up with slave one, but there's just so many more to search for. Django... No, we want to go by price. They're definitely the most expensive. They're not. Boba's £12. I can see that dropping as the set gets a bit more common, especially if like Boba ends up in a magazine. We've got... Oh. No, what was it? Nala... No, Nala Say's the one that I made. Lama Su. No Lama Su. Oh, there is. They just haven't bound it yet. Yeah, no one's selling Lama Su at the minute. Let's have a look on the internet. Anyone selling Lama Su? I'm sure there are some places, but none that are popping up straight away. Just a bunch of Lego sets. Like the Creator 3-in-1 llama. Funnily enough. It's not the llama we're looking for, though. I wonder what Lama Su will be worth. Because it will either go one or two ways. Like, they'll be worth £10. Most people will just buy them if they can. Saves spending another £40–50. Or no one will really pick up the set, especially because some people do have the UCS version instead, and the minifigure will actually be quite an expensive one to get. So there's 2 custom sales on Bricklink. One of them selling for $35, nearly 30 quid. That's half the price of the set. What? No. Is that actually fair? And then someone's selling it for 18 quid. That's a bit more reasonable, day 2. I do see that dropping down to closer to like £10 though. And I do think for £10 I'd probably pick it up, just because I don't know how many pieces I'm actually missing from the slave one. That's going to be a challenge we tackle a bit later on. I don't know if I've scheduled... What were the streams that I scheduled coming up? I did work on a schedule that's over in the community post if you are interested in what videos and streams are upcoming. And yeah, so Force Burner Snowspeeder is the next stream on Tuesday, and the next Saturday is going to be when we tackle the slave one. So I'm going to order the parts by then. If I can pick up a Lama Su for £10, honestly, I'd pick up a Lama Su to go with that, so that we have the full experience of the set, minifigures included. But if not, it's one of the things I don't think I'm too fussed about getting that minifigure. I'm not going to go into making a custom or anything like that, but I'm going to pick up the minifigure, you know, down the line. Down the line, 5–10 years from now, I'll find it worth a lot less than it is now. So we want to build that out. We want a 2x2. I'm going to whack a 2x3 on top as well, and then a 2x2 plate just to build out the bottom. It'll make sense when we get around to doing it. So I'm not going to try and explain it now, because I think that'd just be a bit too confusing. But hello there, Moonshoes. Welcome to the stream. We should have all the pieces needed. No, I forgot about the hinge brick. One sec. Without the hinge brick, we have all the other pieces needed. This is definitely from the 501st Battle Pack to upgrade our 327 ATRT into 501st. So let's do it. Let's go. Got to be careful of the blue tack we've used to combine these. There must have been dark blue elements used instead, because look how many of them I have. The whole front half of this drawer is just pure dark blue elements. Maybe we use those instead. I have to clean up all this tack we've used. Not a problem. All right. There we go. Clean that up. So I'm going to switch out these sides to a darker blue. Something Lego don't actually do with this ATRT. Use different yellows. I feel like there's a bit of tan. Maybe that's why. It's more like rusting, isn't it? But they could get away with using a few different yellows because, you know, lighter yellow, maybe even like an orange would work for the ATRT. Ever so slightly. And then, are you off? Good luck. Have fun.
Don't know how much fun I could have.
Yeah, I don't know how fun it is, but is it alright if I tell the stream where you're going?
Oh yeah.
Okay, alright. Being abducted by a giant, mesmerizing, by a giant donut. It is. So I think I spoke on it actually a while back about my MRI that I went through, and it was like this little. It was this little shipment container actually that was parked in the car park, and a mobile unit, I guess, of some sort. I forgot the 2x6 plate, and yeah, it was a cool experience. I've been back and forth about it. Nothing's wrong. I'm all cool, but it's annoying because nothing's wrong. I really wanted there to be an answer for. I was having migraines at the time. Anyway, that's all behind us now, hopefully. And my partner's going to have an MRI done now at a similar place just up the road from it. And I was trying to explain to her how the machine was, because it's this tiny little shipping box, really, that they've got this MRI in, that they can move around. It's a mobile unit, and it is genuinely a donut in Star Wars. You know, a lot of the time spaceships take inspiration from the most basic things. I always remember the comlink in the prequels was a women's Gillette razor, and we've built, like, even out of brick separators, we've built spaceships here on the channel before, and it genuinely is a donut. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Whereas usually it's built into the wall of hospitals, it's a freestanding donut that you just slide right into, and then the MRI is all done and everything like that. Boring process other than that. But the donut aspect of it is really intriguing. Really entertained me. The place is actually done really well because they paint it up. It's all ages. They paint it up so that kids don't feel, I guess, bored. You know how hospital rooms can be. Plain white, boring. They have like these fields painted on the wall, stars on the ceiling. Really, really cool place. But yeah, not really fun, is it? Not whatsoever. As we upgrade these sets. What does this? And then this. So, another modification. Whereas Lego just have the 2x4 modified with studs and then the tile, I'm actually going to be building this out. Should have secured this first. How did we secure it? Was it a one? Oh, yes. The rounded off 1x4s. There we go. Secured it with a 1x4. We've got a 2x2 plate on the front and then a 2x2 tile on top, because that works with the stickers of the previous battle pack. And then we've got this. Oh wait, it was this way. It was the opposite way around because it sandwiches. This is where we find out if this is a legal technique or not as well. It sandwiches this 2x3 right between. Yeah, little give. So it is a legal technique. We don't have the little slope at the top. Don't think we really need it for an ATRT, but that does mean we can get the other sticker, and then both of the sides clip on like so. We're using dark blue because we're going to be covering it again with another sticker from the battle pack. And actually, that is all, folks. So not all for the stream, don't worry. We're working on the Juggernaut next. Plenty to be doing. But now we can bring back that book and get some stickers on here. Let's see what we can find. I've already seen all of the 501st stickers, but we don't need them all. Some of these also went with the speeder, so I definitely don't need all of those ones. Though I would like to rebuild the speeder from it. I feel like the speeder could work for a $9.99 set. Still, Lego could give us 4 clone troopers with that. Yes, please. Yeah, don't think we need any of them. We just need the big ones. So there's the 2x2 sticker, which goes just at the bottom like so. Surprised these stickers are still so good after so long. Okay, I thought it was a bit wonky. No, that one's good. There we go. One sticker on the front like that, and the bigger sticker on top, just like the original battle pack, but we don't have any of the messing around with the slopes on top. And this one, I think this one goes just like that, the arrow pointing down towards the turret, just to add that little bit of detail. And then let's get the ear stickers. I'm going to call them the ear stickers. The 5. I'm missing one. Hold on. Hold on. I'm actually missing up here. I'm missing one of the 501st stickers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've still got a few stickered pieces that I'm yet to unsticker. And there's gap for 3 of them. So I must have not done 3 of the pieces that I was going to do. All right. Only need 2 of them, nonetheless. And we can close this back up. Don't think there's any other stickers that we would need for it. Maybe there's something we can do. And now, silence in the chat. Don't have to focus as hard for the UCS set ones because I don't know how long these are going to be sticking around. Hey, sticking around. Hey, there we go. So we've got 501st on both sides, stickers on the front, and honestly, just by making it blue rather than yellow, I think it's because I'm used to seeing this. We don't really see walkers with the battle pack. I think it looks a little nicer. I don't like saying that because it's the same build, you know, we've just changed the colour. But it does look just a little bit nicer as blue. All right, let's straighten this one up because that one's going to bug me. Oh yeah, other side too. It looks a little nicer, doesn't it? Not bad, not bad. All right. But now what you've probably been waiting for is the Juggernaut. Easy part about this is the fact that the pieces we're going to be adding first off, here's the Juggernaut. Make sure it's looking the right direction. I'm pretty sure that this is the front. And if it's not the front, my bad. I'm pretty sure it is the front though. And you need to... Oh, I think I'm missing a plate from there. I don't know which one it is though. I just know it's a plate missing. So these are all the pieces in this bag that Lego have used for this set and that we haven't. We didn't use these, and I honestly have no idea where they're from, and it's going to be very hard. It is going to be very hard to try and position this, because if we need to change something on the inside, I fear we might have to break the whole thing apart. So let's first off get the pieces. I guess it's better if you see the model, and I don't know, we'll get the pieces out the front. We'll both see the pieces. And I guess we'll see how this thing gets put together. Did Lego really make any drastic changes? And are we going to be able to pick it up by the roof by the end of this stream? Oh, the memes I've seen of that. All right, underneath. I think they have connected the 2 plates differently. The way I have. The outside's pretty much the same. Oh no. No, that's exactly the same as we've connected them on the inside with the 1x4 and the 1x2. Because then you've got the black on the middle rather than the yellow. Yeah. Oh, nice. So this core bit is done exactly the same as Lego, must say. Very impressed I managed to not see that. And then there's a 2x6 coming through. Oh, yeah, we added some turrets to it. I forgot about that. There is a 2x6 coming through. Step 16, and we're still on track with Lego. I did add these frying pan studs and hilts onto the front, just so we did have some turrets firing out, because I feel like that's the only thing it was really missing. Doesn't take many pieces, as you just saw, and they clip on to one of the studs on the side here. There you go, the top one. This top stud on the side here. One thing I would like to change today is this little hatch up here. I feel like that could be done a lot better if it opened. I did miss out on opening that. Do we have the other 6 length elements? Oh, we've got a 2x6, but we don't have this 1x6, which, if you take a little look on the back, you'll notice that there is a 1 plate gap in the visor here. And a few of the issues I've seen is that this one doesn't line up, which actually it does on mine. It does line up pretty nicely on my turbo tank here. Clearly I built that one wrong, and we should put this 1x6 back. This whole thing just pops straight off. Or what we could also do, I suppose we could get away with swapping it to a 1x4 on the top bit there. But let's go with what Lego have done. I have a feeling this whole back bit's going to need changing, so I'm going to pop this open, both sides, because we've got the whole roof being held up by 2 binoculars. That's not how Lego do it. The slopes are involved somehow. So I'm going to actually break this whole thing down, and we can start working from the bottom with this 1x6, which should be covered by the black pieces. Oh, is there a 2 1x1 grey bricks? That's cool. We can just swap them around because there's no advantage to having the 1x1s on the other side. We just got to make sure we're keeping the same structure as Lego here. Yeah, there's a few pins holding the side on. One pin does well, and we've got the black in the middle. All of this so far is looking really, really good up until this point at the back. There's another brick that we didn't use that Lego have used to secure in this side. Again, was it necessary? Maybe, because I did take it off quite easily. And then these arches. Oh, the arches I've used somewhere else. Aha. But where? I don't know. And I also don't know. Oh, did I miss like a 1x4? Yeah, I missed a grey 1x4, which is how the arches get in there. Not one that I've got. This is the interesting part, trying to find the 1x4. Trying to find where I use these parts as we break it down to build it back up. Why did I buy the set? It's too overpriced. Oh, don't worry, JLo. I did not buy the set. I parted it out. So Brick Owl gets the parts for these sets before they come out. I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. It got the full parts list, barring 12 pieces, which we found out the 12 pieces that were missing were 2 of the new 1x2 slopes here that don't have these holes in them. Fairly easy to replace. And also, you know, the annoying blue wheel rims that shine through and not many people really like. That's also a brand new element coming out in this Juggernaut. So they were easy to replace, and we built it a bit early to see if it was worth paying full price. And you'll be happy to know that I was saying earlier about maybe not picking this set up, waiting for a Nova Core battle pack, maybe the Nova Core minifigure to come in a magazine, you know, something like that, so that I can get a bunch of them a lot cheaper without having to spend £140. It is, in my opinion, the only overpriced August set, because we had a little look. Parting this set out costs you like 80 quid for the pieces. And yes, the minifigures are the real big grab. Lego know that customs of the character go for, oh, they're selling for like like £20 each. So, you know, five troopers in this set, that's £100. Really, the set only costs you 40 quid. Doesn't make it any easier to pay up though. And yeah, definitely wait out for a sale. If you can resist the temptation, wait for it to drop below 100. And honestly, I think that goes for Euros as well. See if you can wait out not euros, dollars and euros, the pair of them. See if you can get it for 100 or less, and that's a good price. I don't think too many people would be complaining. I think 90 quid's the sweet spot. 90 quid for this, maybe even take a clone or two away to get it to that £90. And like I said, I don't see anyone complaining at that. The only complaints, I guess, would be that there's not enough figures in it. But when you're getting a set that cheap, that's not really something that you can complain about, because Lego just whamp up the price. Never pay retail. True. The amount of Lego you could buy. I think the only time I would pay retail, we were looking for arches, that was it. The only time I would pay retail is if I really like the set, if I really want the set. And that goes for other collections as well. Pops, Funko Pops. I'd only pay retail for a Funko that I really, really like. And given all the Funkos that I just haven't been able to pick up because they've been unavailable near me, I think it has to be a really special Funko. Like limited edition, you know. Like the limited edition Kylo Ren we picked up for the Force Awakens. That was a real nice one. And I almost today, like I said, I did my August shop today, and I almost come away with a limited edition Ezra Bridger Funko Pop. So close. But it was, and I mean, they're different because limited edition, that's going to be so much more money in the future. The Ezra Funko Pop, it's the one with the Sith holocron. I don't know if you've seen it. And it was £10. £10. I'm going to regret not paying that. But I have more money to waste down the line when I... It was my favourite set from the new wave. After building the Battle Pack in blue, I quite like that. But my favourite set... Ooh, I actually think the Slave 1 would be my favourite set. The only reason I didn't pick it up is because, oh, Juggernaut, I watched that happen. Juggernaut's just stolen the focus. The only reason I didn't pick up the Slave 1 is because I have the UCS version. And yeah, it's not that hot. It's stolen. Hey, we're back. It's stolen the focus. Don't do it again. But if I didn't have the UCS version, I'd definitely be picking up that Slave 1. The V19's pretty cool. I quite like that. We did have a 1x4 here as well. So this bit was built correctly before I robbed it. And then I just started taking pieces. It's good to see. I quite like this just based... it kind of feels like an ego rub or something. I'm building a set that I've already built, and finding out that me and Lego actually think quite alike in terms of everything, but maybe the price of it, which ain't too bad. Ooh, used a 1x2 jumper as a 1x2 plate. And also something that is coming out new on this set. Actually, is it new on this set? Are these ones on the side? Let's have a quick look. So we're at step 25 at the minute. Aren't they meant to be great? They are, light bluish grey. So that's another exclusive piece that only comes with this Malfoy Manor, or what was the other set? I can't remember now. There's 3 sets. I think it might be K2SO. It's another Star Wars one that came out yesterday that come with these light bluish grey ones. These pieces, tiny little light bluish grey ones. And I've got a bunch of them now on my desk, so I can replace these tan ones. There's 5 in this set, so I'm sure they come in pairs. You get at least 6 of them. That would make sense. Maybe even, because I noticed a few sets give them spares, a few sets don't, but a few sets do. So it'd be nice if you got a few spare ones, wouldn't it? That would be cool. All right, and if we remember back from when we built this originally, you want to shove it in, not fully. It doesn't go through to the second joint, so you want the ball to catch in the hole. If you're not building this set, that's going to mean absolutely nothing. But the reason you want the ball to catch in the hole is because then you can move them around, place them really wherever you want. And also, if we can get you back on there. Nope. you're too low. And also, it means you can stiffen them up. Get them actually facing outwards. I think it's meant to be a little side turret. I don't remember too much of the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's the bigger turbo tank. And then we can get rid of these tan ones as well. These are a pain to get out. Can you use a one to poke it? Or can you not just push it? Yeah, there you go. Why am I pulling them out when you can push them the entire way through the brick? That makes so much more sense. Push that one too hard. And then two more of these. The reason I've got a bunch of these grey ones is actually for the next update to Thor's hammer. I've been working on a few things. I think that short will go out tomorrow. I've been switching up the way shorts work because I've got so many ideas. Where did the little T-bar go for this? Did I drop it? Oh, it's over here. I must have knocked it off as I picked it up. But because of the way, because of how many ideas I've got, my shorts are actually exclusive content. So if you tuned out from shorts because you were watching the streams and videos I was referencing, have a little look. There's some unique, at the minute we're building George Lucas over there, which is, I feel like once I add the lumberjack shirt to the Gandalf or the Harry Potter headpiece, the Mr. Oz hair, and the sand blue legs I think we've given him, I feel like we can't go anywhere from there. That is George Lucas. I don't know what else we can do. Maybe give him a little prop, one of those clapboards. That'd be quite nice. And then fix the gun up here as well. And that one does go all the way in. And that is a gun. I thought it was a little radar. It's a little gun on top, a little turret. So there we are. What is next? I'm fairly confident we've built all of this correctly. Like pretty confident actually. And then these two hinges, compared to how I had it built, I guess the bricks would have secured it in a bit more. That is still feeling a bit loose. A bit very loose. Where's the 1x? Two across from where we had it. So close. And then there's 1x2s as well, which might not fill out these bricks. I don't think Lego do a lot of filling out. We saw with the slave one, well, we have seen recently with the slave one, that there's a little gap in the cockpit. Just a little one. Tiny little gap in the cockpit. But enough to be an annoyance, you know. A gap's a gap. A gap's a gap, and one that we don't want. 2x6 covering up the bottom here. Oh look, and we got the two little table legs instead of the one. Oh, sometimes I look back on what we've built. I don't know why I put that plate down there. And that's 3 away. So on the 4th one. And then are we just building this out? I will say, I don't recognize these long plates from anywhere. Well, no, we've used them. But I wonder if we're building this backwards. No, because we don't have that at the front. Right, how long is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plates long. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so these are only 10 long on the side here. So where are the 1x12s? Oh, I have no idea. We can... Did I just knock a wand? There we go. Can lift it up, have a little look underneath. Found them. Yep, found them. I used them to hold on the front wheels. Well, not the front wheels, the front pair of wheels. You know, not all of them. Just the little front ones. Thankfully, they're fairly easy given, you know, that 80, the ATM6 is a little pain to break down, but that's going eventually. Just like this. Come on. We need a tool to get rid of the Technic bricks, and I don't mean the axles, I mean the actual bricks to pop them off. Am I going to compare the original and my turbo tank? So I guess I can give a little comparison once we've built it here on stream, but because I'm modifying my turbo tank, oh, the front pair of pairs, I forgot they were connected, because I'm turning this into the Lego turbo tank. Let's make sure that's the right way. I probably won't do a video on it. I will highlight all the modifications we do in this stream at some point. There we go. Here's the hidden plates. But yeah, it won't have a dedicated video because we've built it in this stream. I have another purpose for the turbo tank. Like I said, I want to switch up a few minifigures, maybe put a little scene together of it. And then, yeah, and then on to the next build. Oh. This is really, really stubborn. What we could do is remove more Lego. It works. And then we can pop this straight off. There we are. Yeah, so this is the turbo tank we built here without any instructions, but this is still based off the Lego version. I don't know if we know what wheels we need. There we go. Hello there! Hello there, the British nanny. Oh, we don't have the space for this. All right, let's deconstruct it a little bit more. So I think everything from... Let's open the doors a little bit. Everything from here forward, basically the bit I'm showing you, is built correctly, because we had quite a few images on that. Oh, and this is where the slopes come in. Now the slopes make sense, but everything this back end seems to be built a little different to Lego, and that's where we were missing the pieces. Perhaps when it exploded, I watched the video back, when it exploded, it seemed to break up this back bit first when it exploded the first time, and I'm wondering if that was just because of the way we put it together. It might have been. And this on the top as well. Yeah, we're going to need to rebuild this. I guess this back bit's okay. The rest of it probably needs to go. Hello there, you got the MTT yesterday. Building it live tomorrow. Oh, good luck. Tiny Lego boy. Any tips? Try to keep up with chat. I know starting off it might seem like the easy thing to do. All right, we'll get on to that in a second. Yes, I know starting off it might seem like the easy thing to do, but you'll have one moment where suddenly you've got a ton of people in chat, and before you know it, it will really get the hand of you. Yeah, pick a good angle as well. This is probably not the most flattering. Normally, I do have a separate camera that will show the desk, but to be completely honest with you, my desk is an absolute mess right now. I've got minifigures over there. I've got little Minecraft polybags. Do you remember this video from what, February? Maybe either like February, March time, something like that, when I did a video on all the polybags that had come out for Minecraft. Might have even been January time. That's when the polybag come out. Yeah, I'm still breaking down a lot of sets, but we're getting the Lego sorted day by day. But good luck tomorrow. I'll see if I can tune in. Tomorrow I'm probably going to be a bit busy, but I'll try to pop in and say hi. Do you know what time you're streaming? Should you get the set? I think the Juggernaut weight, the MTT, I think is worth a day one pickup if you've got the money to splash, of course. But yeah, other than that, if you can wait for Lego, there's always a good sale. I got a video coming out tomorrow, stay tuned for that, about where you can find most of these August Star Wars sets on sale. It's a bit all over the place. I'd explain it now, but there's a video coming out tomorrow, stay tuned for that, and that includes my August haul as well. 9 to 12 a.m. Texas time, there you go. Anyone hanging around 9 to 12 in, let's have a look. Let's have a look. 9 o'clock Texas time is, oh, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. This says 3 in the morning. It's the other way. So it'd be what? 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon here in the UK. Check it out. Live build of the MTT. I'm intrigued actually to just how the mechanism works. So even if I miss your stream, if it's still up afterwards, I'll have to go have a little look at that. That'll be interesting to see. So with the turbo tank, one of the big things that people were, I guess, complaining about, no problem, was the back here, and how, if I can show you, it's falling apart. The thing is, I forgot about the wheels as well. All right, where did that 2x3 go? All right, whilst I don't have that, let's be a little bit careful at least. Let's not throw this around. But if you pinch these two, I might even disconnect the roof just to show you how this works, because all this is one big plate that comes off and then 2 little plates either side. So yes, you've probably seen the Solid Brick Studios clip of David trying to pick up the turbo tank, the Juggernaut, sorry, from the top, and it just crumbling, falling apart. This is what's holding it together. These 2 plates. Again, don't really think Lego meant for it to be picked up like that. But if you press these in very quickly, look, the sides popped off. Very, very quickly does it fall apart. The reason behind that on my one is because I've connected it with these 2 round 2x2 plates, which it's not connected with. Funnily enough, we actually have on the official set, I'm wondering if David built the set wrong. Dare I throw accusations like that around? I'm not saying he did. I'm simply suggesting he might be building it wrong, because we actually have a 2x8 plate that holds them together at the bottom, and then another 2x8 plate that holds them together at the top. So unless you put a lot of force in and try to bend or break your Lego bricks, in which case, you know it's going to break. If you try and bend or break Lego, funnily enough, it bends or breaks Lego. But if you don't try to bend or break Lego, there's no real way that these can be squished together. It's a giant 2x2 sloped brick. There's nothing to break on the inside of it. I do have to connect this back now. Serves me right for trying to break it. There you go. It's harder to try to break Lego than it is to accidentally do it sometimes. There we are. But it makes me wonder, because with these on, there's just no way of pushing. I'm worried I might actually snap something. I realise you can't even see it with that. But there we go. That's quite a bit of force used now to squish these together, let alone when this side bit is up, and there's just no way of pressing them together. So that's fixed it from my end, putting that 2x8 plate there, which is nice. Peace of mind, you know. I won't be knocking it down again. Let's fix the side bit. But I wonder if maybe David left that out from his build, and that would explain completely why it was less stable, still able to be picked up and thrown around gently, but that might make a bit more sense. So in here we do have a 2x8 just along the bottom that I completely missed out on, and now suddenly our build has gone from pretty solid to an absolute brick. Crazy. 10:30 in Indiana, 7:30 in Phoenix. Mad. It is 3:30 here in the UK. So coming up to actually smack bang between lunch and dinner, isn't it? That awkward bit where you start to feel a little bit hungry, but it's not quite dinner time. Lunch has been quite a while ago. You grab your donut and snack on. I forgot I had this here. I was going to eat it before the stream, but like I said, time flies by so quickly now. It genuinely feels like, oh, 2 chairs. Oh yeah, one for the front, one for the back. Okay, I thought we had an extra chair there. That one on the parts list. A little motor in the back. Yeah, time has been flying by so quickly. This morning, I was going to leave for my Lego journey, my Lego adventure, for I think around like 8:30 something. Ended up leaving a little bit later, but still spent as much time out as I did in the Lego store the other day. And it just flew by. Even going to and from. It was meant to take me about an hour to get there. I think it's meant to take like 48 minutes to get there. I was there in 35 minutes, and then I was back in 33 minutes. I had a bit of a slower journey, but I think it was quicker to come back than to go there. Where's that 2x4 piece? This one? Or is there another one? Oh, well, still this one. It's on a 2x6. I feel like we could easily replace that if we need to. But yeah, happy to be out and about. The, I guess, IRL videos, you know, the Lego adventures and all that seem to be doing really well. And there was a point on the channel where I was doing, I want to say, more of that than anything else, because I do feel like I was doing more of that than anything else. Going out, finding some nice cheap Lego, finding some really good deals, and I kind of want to get back into the swing of it. A 2x2 in tan. And it's not the, it's a plate. A 2x2 plate in tan. Ooh. You're here somewhere. Have I used it? Not by the looks, no. Oh no, I tell you where I've used it. I doubled them up here, didn't I? No, they were 2x4s. A 2x2? Oh, we did have them on the side here. It'd be interesting if that's not a 2x2 tan. All right, that one's off. How are the Galactic Marines? I didn't pick up the official set, I'm afraid. This is a part out. We parted it out a while back, and I tried building it without the instructions. And now we're going, wait, what's this? Now we are fixing it with the official Lego instructions. So I don't have the Nova Corps minifigures. I do have one actually. Let me get that, because I have a box of clones. So at the minute I'm working on repairing my clone wall and having it just going along the side bit there. But is it on the top? Oh, look at that. So all of my clone troopers, most of my clone troopers are in this box at the minute, and it's full. It's a full box, just to show you how many clones I actually have. But this is my custom Nova Corps, and I think this guy has set me back probably like £5 or £6. I got him on a real good deal at the time, and it's one of these. It's only a cheap custom. It's not like any of the professionals, but there we go. There's my custom Nova Corps. No, Juggernaut likes the attention too much. You see a little blurry image of it. It's got green head underneath, which works for the eyes. It's kind of like the comics. I forget which comic it's from now, but it's kind of like the comics portrayal. I don't think it's Dark Horse, but it's one of the other mainline comics that the Nova Corps show up in. It's got some real nice printing on the legs, an actual material karma, believe it or not. Quite a nice one. It's more like a pinkish burgundy than a dark red. I quite like the dark red, and I've actually been looking through some of the other minifigures I don't have. So after the video looking through the book the other day, I built the droid with the yellow torso, the commander droid, and also, there we are, also the security droid I'm working on a few custom bits for droids in general. And yeah, if I could pick up some Galactic Marines for a couple of quid at like good quality minifigures, could you imagine? I'd have an entire army's worth of them. But I haven't found too many people selling them. That minifigure I got from Filoni Clones, shout out Filoni Clones, got quite a few clone troopers now. From Sam and Nat over there. Let's have a look if I do need these 2x2s in the pillars. Yeah, because these doors are built. Oh no, this isn't. This is the ceiling. Oh, we were right. Yeah, we were right with this. I didn't need to take this down. Oops. I kind of like how they've barricaded this section in. It makes more sense as to why it's not open, but it also does feel like a little wasted space. I can't help but feel like there should be something more in here. There should be some sort of interior. But either way, actually, one of the changes I was going to make is to have this accessible, have this open. And I think the way Lego build this up kind of shuts that down real quick. There's not much chance of this being open, being able to display much in here. I guess most of this is also going. There we are. Where was this? This was in here. And then 1x4, I'll shimmy this along. Yeah, this was so confusing. Trying to put the top of this, I think we spent the longest on the top of this compared to anything else. But we made it work in the end. And like I said, we had quite a few spare pieces. So if you are trying to put this together and, you know, nab a few pieces for your own mocks, have a little look at that original stream. See if you can copy along with what we were doing. Where's the other 1x2? Or do we nick them both? Oh, maybe there's one under the slope. Yeah, knew there would be. And that's a piece actually I could probably 3D print this slope, because I've gone back and changed the top pieces here to light bluish grey, getting rid of any of the sand blue. And I might scruff it up a little more, add a bit more oh no, there's the 1x2 we needed. Oops. Add a bit more like leaves and that to it. Kind of like the 8080 Walker from the Fallen Order games. And get it looking like it's just trekked through a swamp, you know? Bit swampy looking, that's what I want, a swamp turbo tank. The reason I keep referring to this as a turbo tank, just in case it is confusing anyone else, because I'm getting confused myself, is because the Juggernaut is massive. Any sort of mocks you've built, you've seen, maybe you've built some, of the Juggernaut, yes, it's massive. It genuinely is almost that big, maybe even a little bigger. And the turbo tank is a lot smaller. It's like double the size of this, whereas the Juggernaut's like 4 times the size of that. We've got some one... Oh no, these are here. Yeah, almost used those earlier. Oh wait, 1x4 again. I don't think I've got any more 1x4s left. No, I really don't. Well, there must be something. Must be something I'm not seeing as well, but it's probably built into one of these supports. No, yes. Just down here. Oh, wait, maybe not. It was on the door here. Do I travel for conventions? I'm gonna start doing it. I haven't been to a single Lego convention yet, but I've got one booked. I've got one booked for later this year. The information keeps changing with it. So once I know it's all confirmed, closer to the time, I'll probably announce it. Not announce it, you know, but let you know which one I'm going to. And then hopefully that starts a bit similar to building Lego. We build one diorama, I want to build them all. We build one midi scale ship, I want to build them all. We build one UCS ship, and I'm currently working on parting out the ATST because it's expensive, but oh, doesn't it look good. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be many more conventions to come. many more. All right, make that solid. We've got a little desk down here, a little barrack. Could we get some helmets or weapons there? I think that'd be quite nice. You should go to the one in Louisville. Is that in America? I am in the UK. And I would love to go over, not just to America, to Europe as well, throughout Europe. Obviously already in Europe, helps quite a bit. But to various different conventions, because I've seen quite a few. Actually, a few of you in chat have pointed out some big ones in like France, Germany, and I think there's a few in Sweden as well. I don't know how I come into knowing that, but I'd love to just travel for conventions at some point. I think that would be fun. 1, 2, everything else built the same. The 2x4s and all. Yeah, these were pretty standard to build, I think. And then we have one at the front by the chair and one back here. Nice. Maybe I'll do this on separate sides. Put those on there so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I can't believe actually that I've not been to any conventions yet, any Lego conventions. There's a few other stores and places as well that I wouldn't mind visiting. And then I can see why they clip it on first. You go there. That's fairly easy. At least Lego have made it so that the hinges go on the far side of this grey plate here. Otherwise it could be a bit awkward trying to place those on. And then they just clip in. So I'd argue they are removable. Just as removable as most of the UCS panels, you know. 4 studs holding it down. Not only is that nice and secure, and maybe, just maybe, would be able to lift it from it, but also it provides an easy way to access, which I think as an adult, kids will have no problem fitting their fingers through this little gap at the back, but as an adult, no chance. No chance of me fitting my fingers through there. Oh, there we are. You could even potentially lift it from there. We'll try that once the whole thing's built. We just built the other side. What I'm intrigued to know about is these panels and how they could go. I think this set is a really fun build. And I'm not just saying that because I've been lucky enough to have all the parts in front of me, you know. But I do think it's the way they've got it holding together. I can completely understand why for some people it's annoying that it's not as strong as some of the Technic bases, you know. Give this to a, I don't know, a 5-year-old and they'd still throw it around, find ways to break it, and you wouldn't be getting it back in one piece, that's for sure. But I think that says more about, well, that isn't for sure, it depends on the 5-year-old, but I do think it says more about the 5-year-old than it does about the set. You know, I think if you were careful with this, and if you took your time, yeah, 5-year-old could build this, play around with it. It's if you're rough with it, that's when it starts falling apart. This whole torso bit, so we've now built the top. Oh, let's get these back on before I forget them. We've now built the top here. This is all correct based on the Lego instructions. I guess correct is a point of view, isn't it? Not to go Alec Guinness on you, but we built like a mock-up, our own version of this, which was itself correct. Bag 3 has all the Nova Corps troopers, by the way, or 3 of them at least. And yeah, so these sides all done perfectly. Oh, maybe, oh no, all done perfectly. Both sides. There's a tan, or oh yeah, we got that one in as well. That's on the top with the sides. Oh, we didn't do it correct. Oh, okay, so we did make a little mistake. This 2x4 here isn't a 2x4. Instead of this 2x4, wait, whoa, this is 2 1x4s. What was I doing? Oh no, instead of the 2x4 though, this is 2 of these corners. Okay, if I could make one Lego set, what would I make? Right now, I'm going to give 2 answers. One of them heavily biased by this set, and it's a Nova Corps battle pack with a miniature build of the tank, I think that would sell so well, because even if Lego are charging, like we're talking a £15 battle pack here, or I think they're $18. I don't really know the price then, but the specialist battle pack, the 332nd battle pack, that ballpark with the Nova Corps troopers. But even if it's at like 20 quid, that's going to sell so well. I know there will be some people that don't want to buy it. I think that could probably put army building back on the mark. Same as a 212 for the ATTE, or a... The problem with the 327th is just how expensive it is. If it was half that price, definitely army builders out there will be building it. Ahsoka's battle pack, there wasn't a big set to army build for. The 501st Specialist, we were army building to build custom 332nd ranks, but we weren't army building to fill a set like this. I think this is like 2 battle packs worth. If you modify this middle bit, you can get 3-4 battle packs in this vehicle, and that could put battle packs, army building. That could put army building back on the map. There we go. And who knows, we might get more clone troopers. My favourite movie of all time is Attack of the Clones. The first Star Wars set to come out after I was born. Crazy to think about that. But yeah, I didn't piece that together until I started telling people that was my favourite. That is my favourite movie of all time. Other franchises that I like outside of Star Wars, you've got Lord of the Rings. You've got... I quite like Doctor Who, even the new ones. Like the reboot, the reboot. There you go. So the ones stick through into that 1x2. This one's a bit loose. There we go. But they do stand a little bit better. I'm just going to do that the other side. Can't believe it. One of the first things we built. Can't believe I used 2 1x4s instead of a 2x4 and didn't notice. That's where all these random 1x4s have been hiding out. What do we need 1x4s? Oh, the front. Let's fix that up as well whilst we're here. Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who. Do like a good Christmas movie as well. I feel like that's its own franchise. Christmas movies in general. You know, your Home Alone. Oh, Halloween. Yeah, Hocus Pocus. They were both mentioned earlier. Do like a good Halloween or Christmas movie. Festive, spooky. We need to get some... There's Easter movies like Hop. Hop's a good one. And we do need to get some... I don't really think I would class anything as a summer movie. I think the problem is summer is just too generic to have its own movies. Yes. This is the other side. Fix that up, and now we can put the ones in. Oh, I didn't fix this up. Didn't even build this side. Do we have Spirit Halloweens? I don't think so. I've seen a few shorts online about Spirit Halloweens, but let me check. I don't think so. No, the... Apparently the closest equivalent is just rip off American candy stores. Really? Is it? Is that... But that's a sweet shop. Is that the closest? I don't know. But yeah, no Spirit Halloweens over here. Although there might be one... Is this in? No, this isn't. I think there might have been a pop-up at some point, but I don't know. The website looks so old. All right, let's get this one over. Any movie set at the beach is a summer movie. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, a summer movie has a beach scene. It doesn't even have to be set at the beach, I don't think. But you know, what's a movie that... Top Gun. Top Gun has a beach scene, where they're at the beach playing volleyball. And yeah, I think that class is a summer movie. That's a good one. Hop is a great movie. Yeah, when it come out in the cinema, I'm kind of dating myself here, but when it come out in the cinema, my mum and my aunt took me, my brother, and my cousin to see it, and yeah, that was great to see in the cinema. I think that's why Hop has a special place for the cinema. But Hop, basically, without spoiling any of the movie, well, maybe it's quite a funny bit when you realise, but Hop is about a rabbit that poops jelly beans. And, you know, if you don't want to see it just from that, maybe it's not a movie for you, but I do think it's a top-notch movie. It reminds me, in its sense of humour and that, it reminds me of the Smurfs movies. And I quite like the Smurfs movies. One of them's surely got some sort of beach scene in it. Can we class it as a summer movie? I think I've also just noticed as well that the reason these legs wobble back and forth is because I don't think they're meant to be held on with what we used. I think they're meant to be held on with these clothes hanger elements. We'll get round to that eventually. Hop came out around the same time as Clone Wars did, didn't it? Oh look, what did I just say about the middle wheel? About using the hanger pieces, and here we are about to use, I assume, the hanger pieces. All right, I'm pretty confident that that is correct. This, however, no, this this is not correct. So this goes in with axles. Do we have any axle bits in the middle? Or are these 2x2s meant to go inside? All right, this is page 89. Let's skip back here a sec. Yeah, thought so. So 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, then what? Because it's a brick tool. 1, 2. Oh, we've built it by that point. 1, 2, and a 1x6. Oh, there is a 1x6 going through it. Oh, this is going to be tricky. This. Surely there's an easy way to pull this apart without wrecking the entire build. No. Oh, wait. Oh, we can pop the middle. Yes, let me put this back. This is the fun part with a modern day Star Wars set. For any of you that haven't built a set in a while, yeah, usually if you need to do something early on and you've missed it, you need to pull apart the entire build. So this is where the fun begins. How do I get you off? Or hear me out, maybe the top half of this build is strong enough. We are really testing this now. Maybe it's strong enough to hold the weight of the entire frame together, because there's no connection here. So this is really two separate parts. But if I remove anything fragile, basically that turret, and that pops off, maybe get rid of this as well, make this as flat as I can, we should be able to move the wheels and roll this over. You know what? Let me move this as well. Let me move these wheels off, just so we can really get in there and just pop everything off. Oh. And it's handy having the wheels move. Its own little, it's not really suspension. I wrongly called it suspension in the original stream. It's just a little, like, helicopter motion. You can kind of hear it. I tell you what, if I worked out the other day, if I turn off, I have like a noise suppression filter. So if I turn that off on my mic, you can hear all the little noises. So when I spin this, it's actually catching on itself. There we go, that's a bit better. Get the audio quality back up there. That's really satisfying. I wouldn't call it a play feature, but you know, a satisfying feature. How do they connect? Is it just on the bricks? Oh, one but. You know, I'm sometimes I have a Lego big brain moment, and then other times there's just like a Lego no brain, a brick brain moment. It's either big brain or brick brain, and there's no in between. I promise there is absolutely no in between, because this side bit here that is held together with, you guessed it, the two 1x4s that we misplaced earlier, and also this is where that 2x2 that we needed, I can't remember what we, oh, do we need it for the front bit here? Yes, that we needed for the front bit here. That's where this bit comes from. It connects everything together, and also we got the 2x6 that we were missing for that middle plate, which, oh, now it's all coming together. Love it when a plan comes together. A-Team's also cool. The video, I don't know which ones, the series, the video series. That's what I recognise them from. And then they did a movie, not the people that did the series, but there was also a movie of them. Anyway, my aim for this, so I can start pulling this apart again, is to get rid of the big plates and try and shuffle their way out without destroying the rest of it. But we now know where the 1x2 plates are coming from as well for the side panels that we just clipped on. So everything honestly is falling into place. This couldn't have been done any better. But we've still got quite a few pieces. I guess a lot of the Technic is going to be used now. But there's still a few pieces hanging about. Maybe a few elements we could get from here. No, 1x4s. Yeah. All right. So time to. It's like pulling out the spine of this thing. This isn't going to go too well. If there was a way I could pull off these plates, maybe. Maybe there. Yeah. Maybe there is. Oh. There we go. If I can do that one more time, that will save me about an hour's worth of this stream. Because then the bricks just come straight... Oh, no. Straight up. Hey, the bricks just come straight up like that. And then same on the other side. Pop off this big panel. And this is the core we want, just so we can put in some of these 2x2s. I tell you what, now I've built this with instructions, I do have to take back some of the criticisms with how this set is built. Obviously, it's built a lot better with instructions than if you're trying to part it out yourself. That's going to be an awkward one to press in. But even without the instructions, if you just got the core of this, I feel like you'd be able to build it. Oh, wait, hold up. I forgot the 1x6. The 2x6. I know what I mean. It's meant to go underneath them. That secures the whole thing in the first place. Yeah, like I said, if we were following the instructions and I hadn't already built this, this would have been done before. There we go. So, sure. The price I think is really doing this set dirty, because if it didn't cost as much, I don't think there'd be much to complain about. But because it costs so much, yeah, I think expensive sets, you don't want to have little bits, any little bits. Like if you're overpaying for a set, you allow no excuses whatsoever. And that just means this Juggernaut is caught in the crossfire of every other set. In the only actual overpriced, like the only statistically overpriced set of the wave for Star Wars, sorry, can't speak on behalf of other sets, there's probably a few that I'd like to be cheaper. It means it catches the fire of all the other sets. Alright, where'd those 1x2s go? One up there. And, oh, we put the wrong seat. Oops. You can definitely get at least 3 seats in there, the main body. And I guess it's strong enough to press down the top. There we go, the body of the Juggernaut. And what do you know? I guess holding it underneath doesn't really show you how strong it is. Even from these side panels here that I said don't lift it from. No noises, no Lego break it, and it's not got its wheels on. We'll try it again at the end, but it's rock solid. That 2x8 plate, honestly, that 2x8 plate solves so many issues in terms of stability in the middle and just generally in terms of how it looks on the inside. I think you can get a few clones in there, so the sides could be a bit more stable with this 2-stud connection, but just don't open it from the top. There we go. How many clones? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You might have to sit one of them down. 3, 4, at least 4 clones in here. 3 comfortably, 4 is a push. Oh, 5. Or would that still be 4? 4, 5, 6. 6 clones you can squeeze in here. Was my update on the ATRT mock instructions. Oh, I remember that comment. The Advent one. I'm having a little look if there's a way I can upload them all up. But I haven't. I'm trying to find where I've stored my instructions, because I know I have them because I said about it in the video. But I haven't found them yet, but don't worry, I'm still looking. And if not I can't really give you a date. But whenever I get a second, I'll whip them up again, because the good thing is I've still got a lot of the models. So if I can't find the instructions, I'll just make them again. But yeah, I'm working on not just the Advent, not just the Battle Pack ATRT as well, I got asked about, but also the... Oh, I can't remember what else. I've got a little list that I'm working on. So it's on its way, the instructions. It's just taken a while because of all the August sets coming out. And you know, we're here upgrading this one first. But don't worry, it's on its way. Hopefully soon, hopefully. It's a bit hard working with the Rubricable interface, especially compared to my site, which is linked in the description. So what I'm going to do, because Rubricable take... What's Rubricable? I think Rubricable's cut is something silly like 4%. It's getting into the nitty gritty now, but I'll keep it quick, don't worry. Rubricable take like 4%, I think, of the profit on digital stuff, whereas Rubricable are now taking 20%, but that's on top of... I think most people work through PayPal. I always use PayPal because it feels quite secure, but PayPal then take an extra little percentage plus like 50p, I think it is, something like that, which when I'm selling instructions for 2-3 quid, we'll take £3 actually. I think most of them are £3. You've got 20%, which is 60p, go into Rubricable. Then PayPal take another 50 odd p, we'll round it to £1, and then PayPal also take a percentage, which adds up to basically about half of it. Half of it is going, which YouTube really need to add their own little digital download section. That would make it so much easier to add instructions up, because I wouldn't mind them taking a third. It'd be cheaper than, you know, everything else taken. But yes, I'm working on getting them on the site so that I can have them a bit cheaper. I don't know if you've noticed, some of my instructions on the website are a bit cheaper than Rubricable, and some of them aren't as well, because of the translation in the currencies. There we go, we fixed that up and back to 86. But yeah, don't worry, they're on their way, and hopefully I'll get them out soon. I think the Advent's near the top of the list, if not the top one. I think after this stream, don't worry, the Advent will be coming first. 1, 2, and how does this 1? Oh, the 1. Oh no, the 1 little clip here is what gives this one the rotation. Let me get one of the other wheels. So the other wheels are held in by 1 pin, which gives them their rotation to go over different surfaces. And yeah, that makes complete sense now. Okay, not half bad. Just got to get this one on. And you. Did I not have another? Just these. There we go. Thinking of picking up either the Django Slave one or the V19. Oh, you know what, Chalky Milk? Honestly, I was in the exact same boat, and I've ended up spoiler alert for tomorrow's video, I've ended up not actually picking up any of the new August sets. I focused on the older ones. I say older because included in one of the sets I was eyeing up was last year's battle pack that came out January of 24. Pretty sure that was last year's. So that was quite some time ago. But yeah, that's V19 or the Slave one's a tricky choice. I think it comes down to what you're picking it up for, because we had a little look earlier on in the stream at how much that new Kaminoan minifigure's worth, and at the minute people are listing it for 30-40 quid, but we did see it for £18 not selling, and it might just be because people aren't really looking for it yet. But I'm hoping that £18 is because a lot of them are selling for closer to a tenner, and I'd rather pick up the Kaminoan for that price than the Slave one. I'll build the Slave one at some point, but I will say between the two of them, in terms of value, the Slave one, you're getting more value with the build. I think the rarity of the parts, the fact that Lego haven't made many of the parts that are in the Slave one yet, means that it's going to be more expensive to part out. So I'll tell you what, I'd probably go with the Slave one over that and the V19. Come on, you got this. Come on, in you go. Hey, and the other side. Oh, I think because I've doubled them up, the Technic angle is not liking that. Hey, there we go. And now these can slot in the top. Oh, we need to flip you back over. What about that? Quite like this actually. Going in the bottom here. Hopefully that was looked easier than it was. Do we have like a 1x3 tile or something there? We've got, are they 1x3s? Oh, and the rubber pieces. Okay. I can't get these on with these. Oh, because they shouldn't be clipped on first. I see. I think what will be really interesting after, was Yavin last year? No, I think Yavin, was Yavin 24 or 23? Either way, with the Yavin ceremony set, the fact that that went down, I think it was only 120 odd quid, but that went down to like £100 the first Black Friday it was out. That surprised me. I wonder if the Juggernaut, it's the only set I can really see them doing it with, but I wonder if the Juggernaut is going to be the equivalent for this year. If that's going to go down, it's £140 British pounds at the minute. I wonder if that goes down to like 100 quid, maybe 100 quid. I don't see it dropping below it just yet, but Black Friday, almost a third off that is. So like $110 maybe. I could see that happening for Black Friday. Nice and flush in there. Really like these rubber pieces, but I don't know what they're used for here, because that doesn't exactly move. That's most of the spare pieces gone already. All right. Oh, wait. Before I scroll, I think I know what the bike piece is for. This is going to go through the top and hold the middle wheels, which means, yeah, because we don't have anything else here. And that's what the rubber's for. Oh, wrong way around. That should be upside down. And the rubber is to stop it smacking against the side, which we don't have for any of the other wheels. Literally its own little suspension system. Alright, I've got the 1x3 in the yellow. These clip on the inside. Does this still work as the suspension? No, I think these plates stop it. But I was right about the clip. Yeah. Oh, whoa, hold on. I was wrong about the length of this. Am I? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why does that look tiny on screen? Because that does look tiny. Actually, when I release my schedule, I guess it works and it fits to the screen as well. But when I release my schedule, oh, and then these go into the rubber bits for the suspension. Oh, I'm liking this set more and more. When I release my schedule, I didn't put the V19 on it. Does that mean we're not building the V19 yet? I really want to build the V19, but I think that because of the minifigures, the Kenobi and the Asajj, I think that's a set that I do want to pick up at some point. Whereas like the Force Burner Snowspeeder and the Jango Fett Slave 1, I really want the Kaminoan from the Slave 1, but I do think I'll be able to part out, for the most part, the rest of them. The Slave 1's meant to be the hardest, but thankfully, I've got the advantage of the 3D printer, which means I'm not going to have to pay half as much for most of the pieces. Alright. Come on. Why is it not going through the second one? Oh, I think it's cool. Alright. Let me... Where did I put it? I don't even know where I put the bit now. Alright. Go on, through you go. Oh, gotta get the wheel in. I do feel like a little thumb pad or something to grip these pieces would be a little helpful. Hey, straight through, no problem. And now let's connect the actual suspension. Maybe the V19 we could build. So what I'm thinking, right, I've done the schedule for basically the next rolling week. So Sunday to Saturday, I think it's something like that. And what clone trooper? Oh, this one. This is my gingerbread clone trooper. It's a mock that I made last Christmas that I really hoped would be on the next advent calendar. And you know what? This is the second year now that I've made the advent calendar prediction. And I predicted a Christmas droid, like a multicolored battle droid, not the mouse droid, a Christmas droid. Another Gonk I think was easy to predict, but I also predicted a gingerbread minifigure, specifically a clone trooper, and we're not getting a clone trooper, but we are getting a gingerbread Vader, aren't we? And I don't think there was leaks. The reason I went with the gingerbread clone trooper is because Hasbro come out with a lovely gingerbread phase 2 clone trooper, and since I saw the Black Series figure, I've wanted a minifigure in Lego, and we got the Lego one, which is interesting. We got the Lego one. With that, where's... Oh, 2 of these. Yeah, we did get this. Bang on. Let's get the back bit here, because that will secure that. And then what do we have at the front? Because it looks like nothing, but that doesn't work. We've got one 1x4. We've got a few bits, but that, yeah, we need another plate to go in between them. A closer look at that I will need. We need these 2. So I wonder why Lego didn't try to pad out all of the wheels, besides the fact that it would just make the set cost that much more. No, thank you. It's expensive enough as is. I wonder why they didn't go for it. Nice and loose, these ones, which means they're a bit exaggerated, honestly, compared to the other wheels. You go 1, 2. Away. 2 away. I guess you kind of stop. No, the wheels definitely smack. These wheels were made for smacking, but 1x5. Oh wait, is that's what I use in here? Oh yeah, we didn't get that far onto this top bit, so I guess we don't need the 1x5s for this. Maybe the 4x4 with a 2x2 hole in it. Maybe what we need here is this element with the hole in it. That makes sense though, holding on the front of them. It's quite secure, the fact that I can just press down on it like that and not worry about it just crumbling. There's many a set that crumble. Many. Oh wait. Gone on the wrong one. Whoops. And then there we are, locking in the wheels, and we can return to the final bit, which is the hatch, and then get working on our actual upgrades for this. At the minute, we're just turning this into the Lego set. So we have improved the sides by making it as Lego want. So this is now not going to crumble in. And those ones, where did those ones go? I'm going to try putting them in now that we've got the 1x2 underneath. Because unlike that, so the one's kind of been in that 1x2 then. Because what that 1x2 is meant to do is support the ones like that. Look at that. I think it's a tighter fit. That's why I wasn't able to get them in. I didn't want to push them too far. Wait, can I not just push them through? Like that? Hey! Oh, they're tiny now, look! They're teeny tiny! That's crazy! Alright, let's... oh no! No, I missed the skip ad! Oh no! Let's see if we can fix the focus up as well. I've got a screen just over to the side that I'm using to watch myself back. There we go. You focus on the table for a little bit. Don't need to see my face in high quality. You're here for the Lego. Let's get this on there. There we go. Sticks out just as much as the ones do now. Maybe the ones have been a bit hidden. And I'll do the exact same here. So if you are trying to get the ones back through, best thing to do is to push them through. There's one. And there's the other one. And then how did Lego do it? Do they tell you to put the ones in first? Do they? No, they tell you to put the ones in afterwards. Honestly, I'm a little surprised they even tell you to take the ones off the sprues, because I think the sprues would work as the T-bar in the middle. And then you put the little T-bar just in the middle. Again, this one sticks out about as far as the ones as well, but you could probably push it a little further through. Okay, we're happy with the ones there. Fix that up quite nicely. And all we're left to do, because we've got this top section on here, we've got quite a few spare pieces, a bit of Technic. I'm wondering now, and it's only just dawned on me, so these go in the bar. A lot of these are just ones, like one wand is clearly a spare piece, the red pieces are for the lasers, we've got a lot of the other pieces. No, I think we have studs as well. We don't have any actual studs there. So I was wondering if they were just straight up spare pieces, but they don't appear to be. So I will have a little look out. Wheel connections are the exact same. We have put these around the right way, haven't we? Oh no, we haven't. Oh, I flipped the wheels. Not a big problem, but the wheels are actually... Oh, it does change much, because it means they're a bit more tucked in. We just have to swap these around, or what we could do is swap or just flip them, honestly. There's so many ways of dealing with this. I think the easiest way is to, what came off? Is to flip around these pieces on the inside. Swap that across, there we go. Actually, did we have to take off the black? No, we didn't. Now we know that for next time. And then that brings the front wheels in just a little. Oh, it does, doesn't it? It groups the wheels up a bit more. So ours might have been a bit too spread out for a tank. And also, they're all meant to be on a grey pin. That one's on a black pin. If you would like to position the wheels yourself, maybe have this floating on a stand, then I recommend going with a black pin. All of these have their axles in still, don't they? Yeah, lovely. We've only got one left of those, but the grey pin just allows them to roll as they wish. And again, oh, we might as well take the whole thing out, it's easier. There we go. 1, 2, come on. Out you come. Might not have been space for that. Yeah, as I was saying, in case I didn't finish that fault, if you would like to position the wheels as you like, swap the grey pins out for a black one, and they've got the friction pins on them. So then it doesn't go rolling around. And now all the wheels are level. Maybe this will fix our problem with some wheels rolling, some wheels not. If we flip it over, reattach our custom blasters to the front. Like so. Is that the wrong way around? Yep. Like so. I keep flipping it. It's like a USB. It's not going to go in. There we go. And then we've got this on top. Again, a lot of spare pieces, but I'm hoping that this back section here makes up for the most of them. Honestly, you might not see a difference. You might not see a difference, but I can tell you, having it in person, well, the wheel, most of the wheels spinning, some of them have locked up. Yeah, some of them I might have squeezed too tight for the wheels, so this front one here spins just fine, but when it's rolling, I might need to loosen the axle just a little bit. And seeing it in person, it definitely looks more like the official set. I mean, is that too high? Oh, that's me. Well, there you go. That's clearly not lined up. There's a big difference in that, but I actually think I put that one too high. Oh yeah, because then it's holding onto the blue as well. Ah, that makes sense. And then that also holds it apart. Oh, okay. I did knock the 1x3 off for that. There we go. So they went in there. Kind of cheated around moving that brick along. We've done the sides. Are they all facing the same direction except for the front ones? Yes. All the wheels were built. We do have the axles in the wheels. Yes, we've got the lines. Everything done in the wheels. There's Baccara and Chiarimundi. So do you only get... Yeah, you must only get 3 Nova Core in this set. That isn't terrible then. Maybe losing one would be a bit too much. And then for this top piece here, we need 3. Whoa. 3? Sorry, 3? 3 of them? Where do we get 3 1x4s from? I only have 1 spare. So, where have I used a 1x4 that a 1x4 isn't needed? Okay, this is what I was worried at. I was getting so excited coming towards the end and I don't need to hunt back through for pieces. But now I've got some stray 1x4s. I think maybe there was some used on the front here underneath. Oh no, there was one there, but that's regular, isn't it? Or is there a gap in the middle? We haven't gotten to this yet, so I'll come back for that. Anything else we're missing? We got the 1x2s. Oh, there's a 1x2 on the side. Oh, yes, for this. Okay. There we go. For the handle, a little 1x2 and probably like a plate that goes over it. Oh no, it's a grill. It's a grill from where? Where's there not meant to be a grill? There you go. One grill for you. And this just floats, does it? No 2x4s. Yeah, just floating in the middle. So that would leave a gap. Yeah, there's nothing. Let's double check on the other one as well. Whilst we're here, we do want to build this as best as we can, but I can't help but notice I have another 2x4 here, which would fill that gap. It would fill that gap. Maybe it's not necessary. Oh wow, this was time ago we built this. Well, this was a few weeks ago, but I mean, even in the instructions, it's quite some time since we built this. Nope. Okay, there's just a massive gap in the top of the turbo tank there. There we go. You can see, well, that shadow there is meant to be tan in there, but there's just nothing. I really thought there was a second tan stamp. Well, something in there. Maybe there's a plate that we place on the inside? No, there's got to be. Nothing so far. So we haven't missed anything in the instructions. I'm just wondering if they have us lay a plank, like in the Falcon. When we built the Falcon, there was just a plate over the boarding ramp. Ah, this piece that keeps jumping off has these undertiles. So there's our extra stud. Rather than the 2 studs, we get 3 on each side. Love that. Then we've got the middle piece. Yes, I guess we can collect up all of these stud fires. Should I put one each side? I feel like I haven't built it properly if I don't fill it with the eyes of the spider droids. There's 2 here, and there was a 3rd one. I honestly can't remember where the 3rd one... Oh, it's pointing up. That's why, it's this one on the back. This is the 3rd one. So we've loaded them. Warning, they are loaded. And then there's also... No, we don't get any other builds in this. So we get a few spare that can go around. You can actually stick them on the shelf whilst you're building it. And then, yeah, we get a spare one with the top piece. All right, come on. What are we using to build this? There's no 1x4 because they're using the square piece. So there's one 1x4. But I hate to say, we need 2. And we've just used the other one for something else. So that's one of them. There we go. Our 4x4 plate's been used, or being used. Got to clear the space for it. And again, another modification is just switching out all the pieces to grey, which, you know what, I think does look a little better. The sand blue as a colour. I don't think it's the same type of bluish grey that it is on the screen. So I do think it looks just that little bit off compared to what we actually see. Maybe there's a colour that better suits it. I just don't think Lego's arsenal is that big yet to include every type. It's a bit like the Jango Fett Slave one. There's no extra light grey. At the minute it's just light bluish grey or white. White was a good call. Yep, that's built correctly. Shoot that up. Stud shooters. And why do I have 3 white 1x? Oh. Oh. I know why we've got 3 white 1x1s. The Nova Core backpacks. Okay. Well, we don't need those pieces, do we? There's 2 brackets left. There is one of these 1x4s is used. Also, these brackets, do we need... These brackets might be used towards the front. Because this is a white bracket. I'm wondering if this is meant to be a grey. Did I just overlook that? Because I didn't realise there was a bracket there. Can't be making the... No, it's white. It is white. So we do have 2 brackets hiding somewhere else. We have a 2x4 that isn't used. All right, this is where we just scroll through the instructions now and have a little look, see if we can find where any of these pieces are. So we've got, oh, I think the pins, yeah, the pins was the, yeah, we didn't use those. So they were holding up the L bracket. We didn't end up needing those. A lot of the pins you can take out of a Lego set. Just be careful how many you take out, because there is one point where that pin's going to make the whole thing collapse. The rest of it looks good though. We've got the 1x2 is meant for the side here. Completely forgot about that. Just inside at the top. The rest of it is holding up nicely. And I will say, building this based on Lego standards, again, this back window looks lined up. I mean, is it perfect? Yeah, almost. Pretty much perfect. So that's nice that it's lined up. The front one definitely isn't. So it's still not lined up at the front. We haven't changed anything there. The back does have it lined up. We're looking for, at the minute, we're looking for these. I want to say these were for the ATRT. I'm actually not sure they were. So we've got 2 under brackets, 2 over brackets, and this. A 2x4, which, you know, in tan, you'd think you'd be able to see exactly where that's from. You'd think. But no, I guess not. Huh. M&R. The slave one is so much better than Boba's. Oh yes. Oh yes. I don't know what M&R said. Yeah, I don't watch M&R, so I guess if you're more of a Boba fan, I think just knowing M&R, I feel like M&R is more of an original trilogy fan than prequels. Like, probably loves the clones, but probably also prefers like Boba Fett to Django sort of thing. All right, here's where we messed up at the front. This uses so many brackets. Oh. So yeah, I can understand finding Boba's better, but I think the big things that stand out to me for Django's is the fact that the little, what even is it? The little trolley thing can be used as a display stand. That's awesome. The seismic charges, like the seismic charges don't work for Boba. So it's not taken away from Boba. But you know, seismic charges, what's there not to love about the seismic charges? Yes, please, more of those. And Boba's needs that cargo hold for Han Solo or the Gamorrean. The poor Gamorrean in Book of Boba Fett. Can't believe he froze them. And then ended up to be working with them as well. There we are. But yeah, I prefer, personally, Django's. I also prefer, like, outside of Lego, I prefer Django Slave 1 to Boba's. I think the paint job's a bit nicer, even with the new one in Book of Boba Fett. But, you know, if someone does prefer Boba's, I think that's fair. The big thing that tips Django's, though, is that display stand. Boba's doesn't have that, and there's not really anything Boba's has instead, is there? Boba's just has the ladder, and it can be worked into a display stand if you beef it up, but then you're building a display stand separate, aren't you? Hello there, TOT Star Wars, welcome. We're just looking for the final piece. This wand is a spare. And I think earlier when one of the little axles, 2-length axles popped off, I might have grabbed one. I don't really know, but we put it back on and I've ended up with a spare one. So we've just got these 2 brackets left and then we can start upgrading the Lego set. So where these are in grey as well. These aren't the white ones. So where on earth? This isn't the official Lego set. This has been parted out because £140 is too much to spend on it. But if you can part it out, so we had a little look 2 weeks ago. Hopefully the pieces are a bit cheaper today because the set is out and available, and people are going to be selling this without the minifigures for a fraction of the price. But that being said, 2 weeks ago, this set was still only setting you back like 80 quid. If you wanted to part out this build, no minifigures, and hold on, that was with droids. The droids exist. Let me just get up what it costs now, but that was with droids. The droids aren't new. So that included the droids. Let me let you know what this costs day one. So people are selling it 117. Oh, sealed. £98 sealed. Oh, £98 sealed coming from Germany. The shipping would probably add up to what the rest would cost. And like that, £112 sealed. So sealed, it's going for a lot less anyway. But I wonder how many people are going to be selling it sub 100 without the minifigures. Anyway, if you wanted to pick this up, part it out, you can get 91% of the parts, which does include the minifigures. I think they're no more than 5%. So there's probably a few parts you'd have to pick up. But I've got a store here, £83.45. There you go. How's that? £83.45. Let's get it exact. £83.45. That's 59%. That's 40.4% off. 40% off if you wanted to part this out. And yes, it doesn't come with the minifigures, but if Lego ever release a £35 battle pack that comes with Nova Core, you're still getting a good deal. You're getting a good deal by picking up the £35 set and the Juggernaut for a total of 115 plus a few bonus droids that I'd prefer to get than another Ki-Adi-Mundi. I can understand if you don't have Ki-Adi-Mundi, you prefer the figure, but having Ki-Adi-Mundi, and that includes 4 clone trooper heads and 3 B1 battle droids, all 3 blasters, the backpacks for the clone, even though it doesn't include the clones, it includes the backpacks for the clones. The only pieces that I think would be quite hard, the blue bricks as well, costing you £22 that go at the front here. Swap them out for grey, you save yourself a bit more, and it includes the brand new grey slopes, but not the 6x... Does it include the 6x6 blues? Let me just double check. I don't think it does. No, it includes grey, but not in blue. Okay, so yeah, we've got all the Ki-Adi-Mundi and Bakara and Nova Core figures down here, but as of today, no one's listed any of them, so we don't have any prices for them. Though, actually, for the built minifigures, so Bakara, no Bakara minifigures listed. Yeah, none of these figures are being sold yet, which goes to show you how sort of mid-range this August wave has been. If no one's already selling the minifigures from it, it's a bit surprising for Star Wars. Normally everyone's trying to part out the sets, selling the sets for like a tenner cheaper without the minifigures, and then selling the minifigures like a tenner cheaper without the sets, trying to make a bit of money. But I think Lego in general now is definitely something that you have to wait for. Wait for the right price, wait for a sale. And if it's really that good, then you pick it up day one. These brackets are not in this set. They're not. Where are these brackets from? Did we... No, the yellow ones are still there, so they're not from the battle pack. By the way, this is the battle pack, ATRT. We took off all the yellow pieces, added Maiden Blue, and then added some 501st stickers from the 2020 battle pack, just in case you're confused why it doesn't look like either battle pack. That is a modified new one. And all right, coming up to the end, I think there might have been a bit of confusion. These brackets might have been recolors from the grey. Maybe there's a variant of this set that does come with grey brackets instead of white, but even then it's 3 white brackets, so I don't know where they've gone to. Yep, not on the top of it, is it? No. Okay, very weird, but we've looked through it. These brackets aren't a part of the set. They got caught up somewhere else. Maybe they were from the battle pack earlier, but there we go. The official Lego Juggernaut, which is sturdy enough to be dropped from quite a decent height. I think we dropped it from like here last time, but it makes a very nasty noise. All right, what upgrades am I going to be applying to the Juggernaut? Well, do I have a stream in store for you? We've only been going for about 3 hours, and I think these are probably going to take like 3 minutes because I've got a list. I've got a list of the upgrades here. Where did my list go? Oh no, oh, there we go. I've got a list of the upgrades here, and on this list, where's the turbo? So the first upgrade is what I've been using all stream, and that is calling this thing a turbo tank, not a Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a UCS set, and if Lego do want to go with known ships, the Juggernaut barely features in the backgrounds of some of the shots. It's mostly the turbo tank we see, which is about double the size of this. So Lego have done well. Lego have done very well to get it as close to like a play scale version of the turbo tank, but not the Juggernaut. Juggernaut is way too big. Yeah, so if this was the turbo tank, it's about 1 to 2 instead of 145. So like 1 to 2 of 145. It's 1 to 90 scale, but that's half of minifigure scale. Bit complicating, but it's very close. So the other thing I wanted to do is see if this hatch at the front could open. We have quite a bit on the set that does indeed open, and I want to see if we can get this hatch. At the minute, the whole plate opens up. Pretty cool, but what if we could get the hatch to open up as well, which I actually don't think is too hard. I think this is going to be a very easy modification, and to do this we just need to clear the, well, we basically need to clear the entire middle part. So we're going to rebuild this. The 4x4 can go. We'll need a, oh, we've got a 2x4 on the side, and on the underneath here we have a 4x6. I'm going to swap that out into, I think I'm going to swap that out into a 1x6 and 2 1x3s. And then we also want to swap these clips here. We want to swap them for 1x1 clips, maybe a 1x2, and then we can include like a 1x1 in the middle, something like that. No, 1x2, 1x2, yes, okay. So I'm probably going to build it alongside this. I feel like I have most of the pieces. Oh, but saying that, the slopes on top, yeah, we have used most of them for the wheels of this ship. So what did I say we were going to need? A 1x6 and 1x2s. Again, sorting by part, not by colour. Just grab the whole drawer, and then a few of the clips. What have we got over here? 1x2s, I said. And then something to secure them, preferably. Maybe instead of 1x2s, what I can do is include some of these anti-rounded off slopes, the underneath, the inverted ones. That way we don't need these either. What we might need is 1x2 cheese slopes. Yeah, probably some 1x2 cheeses if we can't get the grills on, or because we're doubling it up, I tell you what we can use. Where did the arches go? Oh, not the arches, these. You know, the little slopes that are used for Grogu's pram. I don't know if I have these in grey. I've definitely got them in that bag used in grey, one of the sets. But these slopes, the ones that are continuing on from the rounded off ones. But do I have any in grey? All right. That's something I'll have to look out for then. In the meantime, I'll tell you what definitely has them. I wonder if I've still got any of that Home 1 fill. No, surely that's been broken down by now. But in the meantime, we can use some 1x2 cheese slopes, and I'll stretch them out later. And then they can go straight on. The modification we are making let's pop off. We popped off the round plate, the little hinge on the inside, and the two rounded off bits. The two, what are they, 3x3 slopes? And then we're popping off basically everything in the middle. We want to keep this 2x4, but we're just separating these sides. And we'll start there. I think we'll start there with the 1x2 clips. I've actually lost the 1x2 clips. I don't know where I put them. I thought I put them on the desk in front of me. Oh no, it's because they're in light bluish grey. I thought I got them in dark bluish grey. There we go. And then we could secure these with an under tile. I don't know if this will be any better than securing it. Oh no, this would be better because then we'd have the no, because then the middle. We'll work on it and see what we think afterwards. And then a 1x6 to bridge the gap. That we need no matter what, because that will be holding our 2x4 in the middle. And then we can secure that again with these inverted slopes. And then on top, we're securing it with the rounded off plates. Now, what you're seeing is a front that has a massive hole in it, which doesn't look too nice, but by clipping it on, and also we're going to, oh no, that'll work. By clipping it on, we've now got a front that still works exactly as it did. And then to improve this other piece, all we're gonna need is the same two clips. Let's go back to the drawer. The same two clips, and this is where we can switch up what we use to connect them. So the same two clips by themselves would just clip in either side of this 4x4. There we are. And it works. It works, but I think we can do a little better. Honestly, that's really close. We couldn't get it closer. Oh yeah, because if we then build it up, right now, that little gap is all we've got to lift it. So I guess, no, we could go one plate taller. Just one plate. So what I'm going to do for that is corner brackets, because underneath I want to get one of those modified pieces that we removed earlier from the Battle Pack ATRT, the 2x2 with the two studs on top, but in grey for this one, because then that covers the little gap that we had before. So not only, oh yeah, the grey ones will be in there, not only are we modifying this set, we're also closing up some of the gaps that Lego had using these 2x2s. I think because this is dark grey. Do we have a light grey? No. All right, we're gonna have to settle for dark grey unless we use a tile. Let's do that. If you don't have any of those and do want to use a tile, you're just going to need some more of those undersides inverted slopes, but 2x2 rather than, or if you've got enough 1x2, we can make that work as well. What do we need? Or we could just straight up corner it, and you'd support it like that. There you go. So you're just using it to hold on the tile, no studs needed, and it also supports the clips a lot more. Oh, I pushed that down too much. That's the only problem. Pushing it down, you have to lift the whole thing up to get it back out. That's what I want to try and solve using... Oh wait, that was using the corner. Yeah, we use those on top. There we go. We've got a brick. Look at that. That is a brick tool, but it is feels like a brick. And that allows for the headpiece, honestly, of Chewbacca to stand up. And I will be testing that claim. But now we've got a little top to it. I wish it wasn't as messy, because it is a little messy in there. But instead of the corners, if we built out, I'll show you a close-up in just a second. If we built out, oh wait, I only need two. The rest of this so-called brick, we could repurpose the underside, the inverted tiles, these tan Milky Bar buttons here, and that would get us like half a plate down. But it does feel like a little bit more when you're using it. Like I say, it's not too efficient, but it does feel like it's a bit more. So there go two of our corner brackets holding in that tile, and in its place we're going to stack two 1x2s in the gap of the corner brackets. Put back everything as usual, this time with these, maybe even clips. Clips would fill the middle. Clips would not only fill the middle, but would also be much less complicated. Ooh, ooh, now you're tempting me. And actually, if we could rise it, what's that, two plates? We could rise it by 2 plates. Maybe we don't even need half of these extra pieces. The biggest problem here is just the fact that that sits in the middle. The fact that this sits in the middle means there's no clips we can have that go across. Is there? There's got to be something. Hello there, Precision Bricks. I am modding, not because of weak connections. It surprises me. So we've already built this on the channel without instructions. And you might have seen the video. If not, in the video, I pick it up from here and I squeeze it, because I could pick it up, I could drop it from there, and it was okay. You know, it wasn't too bad. But I realized that when I squeezed it, the whole thing sort of popped like a balloon. Like a balloon, it popped. Not great for a Lego set, but that's why the age rating's on it. And I realized when we were building it today, because the official Lego instructions are out, that we were missing a 2x8 plate that goes across there that really does secure it. So actually, this connection here is solid. We didn't end up being able to break it earlier, in all fairness. And this back bit as well is nice and solid based on the Lego instructions. And the only thing I really had a problem with, I have a little list here, and that solves most of them. The support here, having the back be accessible to play, which it's not easily accessible, but you can, what is this caught on? You can pop it off. That's stuck down solid. Okay, that one's quite hard. I might have to switch out the hinge brick there to an older one that's been used a bit, but you can pop it out. There we go. You can pop it out to access. There's a little clone stand on the inside, which looks like it can fit helmets or weapons, but it can't actually clip either of them on. Complete missed opportunity. No problem. Enjoy. Oh, good luck on your live stream. And yeah, it crosses off quite a few things on my list. So that's all good. Oh, I think it's the angle. Yeah, the angle I was holding it at. So if you are trying to pop this off, this side popped off first, and this side got squeezed at an angle, made it impossible to pull off. Try to pop it off at one piece. I don't think you can really control popping that off. Other than that, so we have the open front hatch, which I almost have a workaround. And what I'm actually going to do is put 2 of these on, secure them on the back. I think I found a workaround for this, because what I can use in the middle to connect these two is a 2-length bar, and then either side of the lookout tower we just need 2 bar elements, and we've done it. We have done it. Maybe a little bracket at the front or something to stop them from going too far down, but then we have a hatch that can be opened separate to the rest of the build, and I do like that. goes on just like so. Again, pushed it down a bit too oh, that could be problematic, that you can't get it open the same time. You have to open them separately. So maybe something that opens with it. Maybe something that we can, like, as that folds up. Ooh. We were going to use the cheese slopes, and maybe if we can get a little contraption going across. So we'd need a 1x6. Let's have a look. We'd need a 1x6 bridging across here. And then one of the early designs that we tried to work with for the Juggernaut, let's get this out of the way. One of the early designs was this. So we could get the front on. Would that work with the clips underneath? Let's see. So we'd swap these to the 2x that were originally on there. Let's see. We don't need these extra bar elements. We could use a 1x4 to connect them across. Make sure these are sturdy enough already. And then what we might be able to do here is build across a little bridge that we can put the hinge on for this. But we'd need it to go the other way, wouldn't we? So we'd need a 1x. Most of the hinges used in this set are 2x2s. We'd need a 1x2, which is fairly easy to find, right? Yeah, plenty of those lying around. In grey and all sorts of colours. So I'm going to switch to light grey from brown, because we have enough brown in this set. Build a little bridge going across. Need an extra plate for that. We use so many of the 1x4s in this set as well. Where did I put the brick separator? I've knocked everything down. There we go. Sneak the clone trooper out. Oh, there we go. Found it. So, by bridging that, what we're doing is giving a space for this to sit. I think the hardest part is getting the same angle, but there we go. We do want it on a little angle already, so it needs to sit lower. No worries, we can shimmy this to underneath, just like so. And now we've already got it at an angle. Well, one way to find out. Let's put the cheese slopes back. We might, yeah, we can even get these tiles back. 1x1s. Feel like we've used a fair share of those. Although that might have been in blue for the previous build. So this is what we're working with at the minute. And I'm just finding some 1x1s that will fill that gap. We can put the wedges on, basically getting it to look like Lego's official version. Hello there! Because Lego have spent so long designing this, surely they've got it looking good enough. And we can use that to our advantage when we're building it out. So putting the grill plates just back on top, underneath where our hatch will go, and we buried the hatch down. You can see there's a little gap there. That's where our hatch goes. And does it work round? Oh no. Okay, so it doesn't work with the grills because the grills are square, but if you can get 2 ingots in there, I'm going to give that a go. Let me get, where's my little pile of, oh, I had a ton down there. Let me grab some ingots. somewhere in here. And because the ingots are angled at either side, so the front, back and side of ingots all share quite a slopey off angle, but are still a 1x1, we'll provide enough space for the top part of our little circle to rotate round and open and close freely. That is the hope. We'll go with a dark grey, I think, because that's the first one. Oh, we could do a sand blue. That's the first one I found. And I also think because dark grey is the colour of the grills, but then it's mostly light grey underneath. And moment of truth, is there enough space? Oh no, it still catches. It still catches on top. Oh, okay. So if we can't do that, we could whack like a little slope in there. I think we stick with the original idea with the cheese slope on the outside. Maybe even upgrade it to a proper slope to hide everything. So I'm going to leave that plain for the time being. You know what? No. I'm going to add... Oh, we can't add cheese slopes in there, can we? We could add cheese slopes. We could add a cheese slope going inwards, couldn't we? Again, one way to find out. Let's grab the piece and give it a whirl. So, I think the bottom line with this set, and possibly with a lot of Star Wars sets going forward, if you are able to wait, and you don't think it's a worthy day one buy, I would recommend waiting. There we go. We've cobbled it together, but the hatch does open separately to the rest and allow you to look inside. Yeah, if you can wait. If you really can't wait, and honestly, if you think it's worth that much money, we're looking at the tented boarding, we're looking at advent calendars. I think the fact that, yes, they were £25 years ago, but the fact that they're £30 and like your average Star Wars advent calendars are about £40. Other advent calendars are even more. I saw a Minecraft one today that was a lot more than that. Crazy some of the prices of them, but the advent calendars I think are worthy, but even they go on sale pretty quickly. £25 still seems to be the norm for those. And oh, we haven't secured the 1x4. That's what's falling apart here. Juggernaut, I wouldn't recommend at full retail price, but I'd also wonder where you'd be able to pick it up at full retail price, because I don't feel like many stores are going to be stocking it, honestly. Maybe a 1x6. Ooh. There we go. At least secure it to them. Is that any better? No. All right, I'm going to need some complex maze of pieces to secure this together. What do we do? Oh, yeah. Could do 6 and then lower it down. I'm liking that. I'm just playing around with the plates back here, don't mind me. Try to secure this all down. Everyone has their own way of securing it. I like to add a ton of plates and then get a few inverted slopes down, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Trying to have them going outwards so that when we look through the hatch, we're not seeing a ton of these plates around, but I'm definitely making use of the corner plates as well. So this is what we've got underneath. A few different plates and underslopes that feel free to copy, because that does make it really secure. But to put it to the ultimate test of the playset, can we open the hatch without it falling off? Perfect. And we don't get the full 4x4 circle because we've needed a bridge to attach it. We only get a 3x4, which is enough for a minifigure plate, and more importantly, enough to peer through to our driver on the inside, which might need a few lights to show it off to the camera. But yeah, now we've got that fully functional and working, which is awesome. Still the matter of the gap between. I think, is there anything, would a 2x4? Would a 2x4 fix that in the middle? Or would even a 2x4 not really run with it. Right. So we got the hatch in the middle. This still closes down all the way with it. It weren't going to be a problem unless we added like a few different plates on top. As far as other improvements, I have to say Lego really did answer a lot of them with the actual building of the set. I'm looking down my list and a lot of it is to do with those 2 columns in the middle. Maybe open the front hatch is the big one. We could have built a minifigure scale. It's a quick upgrade, and we can add a ton more seats as well in it. I made note of that because they are quite sparing with their seats. Everywhere there's a seat, you could probably add another clone in the middle, but even in the very, very middle, you can add a few more seats. Actually, I did say about that. Should we have a little look at just how many seats we can add? The L bar in the middles come right out. There we go. So making sure we're sectioning off this back bit and we don't actually get stabbed. That's our first seat. And then I think the best play to go with there is to add seats on the side. Really make the most of it. Ooh, but then, ooh, if only we didn't have that axle going the whole way down and we could add another seat. That does take like a 2x2 block. So we could get, I suppose, Kierimundi or Bakara. Bakara's the tank driver, I think, only from one of the visual dictionaries of Star Wars, this is, that have a Bakara looking character as the tank driver. So Bakara in the front, Kierimundi in that seat. We can get an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 clones at least. And then I guess, could we sit them side by side? You only really need 3 studs for a trooper. With all the blasters in the back, I'm going to say it's probably a good idea not to overpack this thing. Bakara's going to have his guns in the front. We can get another 4 clones in there, but then we've run out of weapon space. So maybe, oh no, we could add a 1x2 in the front as well. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to remove the current weapon slot that Lego have. Or I'm going to try to do it. Try to get in there. And then replace that with, I think I'll probably replace that with, I'll just move those outwards and have a 1x2 in the middle. Get rid of the axle so we've got the space to pop. Oh, maybe even 1x4s. Do 1x4s exist that have 4 holes in them? I wish they did. Maybe even a 1x2 underneath to support it. All right, it's going to be a bit complicated to show on stream, but I'm going to add a few more weapon slots, really, aren't they? We could use 1x4s. All right. We could add 1x4s, and I'm going to add these just underneath that 2x8 that I'm so happy we added on the bottom. I'm going to add these underneath that just to show off how much space we've actually got that Lego aren't using, which is why I think on camera so many people have shown this off as smaller than a lot of the older sets, because they don't use as much. The ATTE didn't either. It's not something that just happens with this set. They don't use all of their studs. So there we go. We can add, I'm going to switch these 1x3s out for 1x2s because they're a more common element. And we'll go with, oh, light grey, dark grey. I think dark grey. Dark grey works because it's got a black underneath. We don't want it to contrast with the floor of the ship. And honestly, that might be all for upgrading this. Adding more seats, opening the hatch. The only other thing I could say is the price. The build is great. It's a really good build. And I'm sure the reason why a lot of LAN members like this is because they got it for free and again weren't paying. I mean, a few of them did mention about the price. But if you're getting this for free, yeah, lovely deal. Because it's a quality build, and the Nova Core minifigures are a great addition. So instead of placing, I think we said 5 clones in the back here, I am going to add weapon racks for these clone troopers. So if I can get that back, we're only going to be able to fit probably about 4 different clones on the inside. And I might even add a little chair to block off the doorway. There's an extra little bit under there, but we can get someone in the arch. All right, let's see if I've got any of these chairs that can be applied. A lot in grey. There's a tan one. I think we're going to have to go with plates and tiles. Four in the middle, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mundi could do it with a little weapon holder, if I'm being honest. Mundi could quite easily get a weapon holder. All it would be is a brick. And also, some of these, the 1x3 tan clips. They're jumper tiles, that's the one. I think these would work in the sides. I just wonder how high I could go before pushing the troopers through the roof. That might be something I have to keep an eye out for. So we could just tan out the bottom of it. We need the troopers to have a little space. Let's use 2 of these. Or no, yeah, let's do this properly. Do I have a 2x3? Hurrah! And I'm putting the studs in the troopers' bums because it's the statistical best way of sitting your troops down. There we go. 1, 2. So because the arms are down, yeah, we'll sit you forward 1. And you can get 3 more troopers back here, all again with their weapons. Nice and safely packed so they're not floating around anywhere else. And maybe a few weapon holders in the back. We'll do that before we finish. But besides that, that is all the upgrades that I'm going to be able to make to this. I'm a little surprised that Lego sorted most of them out themselves. I think the only problem I'm going to have now is whether I have enough tan tiles to cover this thing. Oh yes, let's get the other seats in as well. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 troopers in the front here. You've got like a few on the outside. I don't think I'll count that because you can stand troopers absolutely everywhere. But there are quite a few more on the outside. And then two seats for Bakara Mundi. You've also got another seat in the back. I was joking about it, but I might actually have run out of tiles for this. No, we can use corner tiles, that'll work. That's actually perfect for the back bit here. There we go. And what did I say? 12, 13, 14 minifigures. Make sure we close this up properly. You're too far in. And then the back bit, it sucks that the back bit doesn't open too far. We can definitely get a second seat in there. What I might do, because it's quite nice that we've got the Easter egg. So it feels like popping this off. You've got the little Easter egg in there for the little clone rack. I'm going to move the seat 1 back. And the reason I'm moving the seat 1 back, like 1 stud back, is so I can get an extra chair in the front, take our total up to 14 clones in this. And then I'm just going to have to find 14 clones to fill it. So let's move the seat one back. You could definitely get another clone trooper in there if you want to go for 15. Actually, this seat is down solid. Come on. Get the chair in the doorway. And then, yeah, studs in the bum. And the last tile of the day is disappeared. That's it. We're going to be here all night. Oh, I don't really want to use like a 1x3, 1x4. I do want to get a 1x2. I guess 2 1x1s, that would work. Right, let's clean up a little bit. And that gets 2 clone troopers in the back bit here. Maybe someone's controlling the gunners from down back here. Yeah. Hello there! You're back already? Your appointment was 10 minutes ago.
That's when we pulled up.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, and with this attached, there we go. We've done it. So, I will be showing this off better in tomorrow's video. Stay tuned for that, and I'll also be, not tomorrow's video, actually in Monday's video. So stay tuned for that. But that'll be all for today. We've improved the Juggernaut, even if we've only managed to add... How many seats have we added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seats, and it originally started off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've actually added more seats than there originally were in the Juggernaut. That's not too bad. If there's anything else you would like to add, let me know down in the comments, and at some point I'll try to work it in. But honestly, I think the Juggernaut has performed better than expected. Given the price of it, I don't think that does it a lot of justice. And keep your eye out for us out. I have already seen this on sale. Again, all information in tomorrow's video. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and may the bricks be with you always.